Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 110, and partly cloudy and breezy tomorrow night, low 91. I'm Brad Siegel, 550 KFYI.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword GREEN at KFYI.com. That's GREEN at KFYI.com.
Oh, yes. I am so happy to be back because there's so much happening. Good stuff, crazy stuff. Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction. So glad you're hanging out with me. We got Fauci. Fauci apparently kept a diary like a 12-year-old freaking girl. This loser. He's going to be testifying Wednesday. We'll see what he says. He's got that auto pen pardon. But apparently some of the things in this diary are just incredible. I'll get to that. But here in Arizona, I've been wanting Andy Biggs to get tough and just to say, just go at it. Enough. Stop praising John McCain. Just stop it with that crap already. And because Katie Hobbs is already a horrific governor, worst in the country. She's a horrible candidate. She's afraid of her own shadow. She's a dimwit. Where do you want more? Anyway, Andy Biggs finally went tough. I wake up today and I see an ad that has been released, and I hope it's everywhere. And he better get it on our radio stations as well, not just KFY, but all of the phenomenal iHeart radio stations that we have all over Arizona. Get them everywhere. Let everybody know the truth about Katie Hobbs. This is a phenomenal ad that really damages Katie Hobbs. There's nothing you can really say about it. If you missed it, it's on my X at Garrett Lewis. Like me and follow me on X or Twitter, whatever the hell you want. Just go do that. Listen to the ad now.
Katie Hobbs is under criminal investigation. A state contractor that is supposed to protect kids gave Hobbs $400,000 in political donations. Then the Hobbs administration gave that contractor an extra $4 million a year, something no one else got, while kids in state care waited. Now Hobbs is under criminal investigation by the Attorney General from her own party. Katie Hobbs is for sale. Andy Biggs answers to you.
Wow.
By Biggs for Arizona.
That is a tremendous ad right there. That is what we want. And the next evolution, you got to play the crap out of that. Keep it going over and over and over again. And the next evolution is taking the interviews where Katie Hobbs is asked, how come you're not sitting down with Chris Mays? She's in your own party. Are you going to ever sit down about this pay-for-play scandal? Are you going to? And she's like, I am not going to do it. And that's it. Like, just bombard her with it over and over and over again. Thank you, Congressman Andy Biggs, as you run for governor. Thank you, his campaign. Just go with it. Just go with it because she has nothing. And you could mess with her in a very entertaining way with just the truth, which is what that was. That's a lot to squeeze into 30 seconds. That is outstanding. That is outstanding. And just keep going with it. That's what I want. But it's true though. Like the next steps with Katie Hobbs, it's got to be the highlights when she can't even answer questions. It's so bizarre. It's so weird. When she's asked, are you going to sit down for the pay for play thing? Are you going to actually sit down with Chris Mays? She says, her office says, they have to get back to you. Like, you're not answering that. Like, when are you going to actually sit down about this? And she can't even answer the question. She has brain farts and everything like that. Like, just listen.
Let me start by saying, as a social worker, I have always focused on doing what's right for Arizonans.
When are you going to sit down with her?
Especially true when it comes to kids in our foster care system.
Okay.
And I am looking forward to this investigation concluding. I know that it will show that and as public reporting has continued to show, that I was not involved in this decision, my administration was not involved in this decision, that we acted in the best interest of foster children, and the agency did as well.
Nobody's involved?
That being said,
so no one was involved in this decision?
that DCS made the best decision for kids in foster care. We are in communication with the AG about this request, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Like, that's the next evolution of the ads. She won't even sit down when asked. She won't even sit down with her own attorney general to answer questions about being under criminal investigation. Like, go with it. Just go with it. And I'm glad Biggs' campaign did this. They need to get on it even more, which is great. There's so much material, right? There's so much material. Now, maybe one of the reasons Biggs' campaign came out with this is because on Saturday morning, and they probably had this ready to go, so maybe it has nothing to do with it, but Katie Hobbs apparently did an interview. I got a text Saturday morning from a friend that Katie was on MS Now. First off, nobody watches MS Now during the week, let alone Saturday morning. Who's like, on a Saturday morning, I'm going to flip on MS Now, which used to be MSNBC. I mean, most people don't even know what MS Now is. So anyway, she gets on there and she says, I mean, at some point is there going to be any lawsuits? Is it going to happen? Anyway, Katie Hobbs smears Andy Biggs so disgustingly. And when you hear this, I hope you'll realize what I'm going to tell you, why I think she's doing this. Listen.
I think it's very clear that Andy Biggs shifts his position based on what the president wants. And that was the case in this situation. But I think what I want to say about the Epstein files and how Biggs has handled that, it is really part of a concerning pattern.
Hang on. Somehow Andy Biggs is involved in the Epstein files? Did you know that? This is all you have? This is it? She can't even brag about things she's done well. So she's got to, I have no successes, so I have to try to smear Andy and attach him to Epstein. What are you talking about?
Of using his position to protect pedophiles and sex offenders. Going back to when he was Senate president. And I am a career social worker who spent my career defending and supporting victims of violence and abuse, protecting families and children. And when Andy Biggs was Senate president, he protected a cult of pedophiles in Colorado City. He blocked a bill that would have helped.
Hang on. I mean, how many O's can you take? You do realize, like, she is so desperately trying to remember everything her staff told her to say. She's like that kid in 7th grade that has to do a recitation, or we need to do an oral book report. And you're trying to remember stuff, and you're like, she's actually worse than a 7th grade kid. Grayson and Harrison, I can't believe they started school today. 8th grade for Grayson and 4th grade for Harrison. And they do recitations. They do this stuff. They do a much better job than this dimwit does.
End that cult. And because of that, untold damage was done to so many women and children in that community. When I ran a bill, a bipartisan bill to help end the backlog of untested rape kits in the state, he blocked that bill. This is part of a pattern of his protecting offenders and pedophiles.
Oh, is that what it is? It's part of that. That's all. I'm sorry to sit through that, but I just wanted to hear it. Exactly. That's all she could. Now again with the facts, though, right? Do you want to hear the facts with this? Because I come with the receipts. This is what happens. I come with the receipts. It turns out that Katie Hobbs actually, as governor, vetoed two bills that would have actually helped children and would have made it better for, well, I mean, victims of pedophiles, things like that. Oh, wait. And she wants to go after Andy Biggs for this. No. It turns out, like, I'll give you an example right here. Hobbs vetoed Senate Bill 1435 that would have protected children by holding entities accountable for failing to do background checks on sexual predators. She literally vetoed that, and she wants to say that Andy Biggs protects offenders and pedophiles? Senate Bill 1583, and back in 2023, would have strengthened the sex offender registry and notification requirements. She vetoed it. Senate Bill 1253, back 3 years ago, would have required increased notices of schools of sex offenders. She vetoed that as well. Predators and sex offenders could run wild. So there you go. That's where I am right now. I am so happy that Katie Hobbs is getting just blitzed and hammered and all that other stuff. Not the drunk kind, by Andy Biggs's campaign. Thank you. We need more of this because people don't know what Katie Hobbs has done in her past. People like you and me were dialed in. I wish more would be like us, but they're not. People have lives. They're busy. They do stuff. They'll believe the bull crap that she says. You have to counter it with the facts. And it's right. It's right there for the taking. And I'm glad the Biggs campaign is coming through with that. That is tremendous stuff. It is huge. Okay. We'll do more of this because, you really need Katie to not win. You need Andy Biggs in there because Katie is against school choice. And you will not believe what kids are going to have to deal with now in public school. I have that for you. That's right after the 5 o'clock news. Coming up, Anthony Fauci's diary. He kept the diary like a teenage girl. Wait till you hear what this narcissist said about himself and everything. He's lying about so many things. I have it for you. It's coming up. It is your afternoon addiction.
The Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
On the 17th southbound, earlier vehicle fire near Jefferson, the 10 stack, has that right lane blocked. It looks like we might have some damage done to the roadway. On the 202, the Santan Freeway westbound, near Dobson, watch for this crash. It has moved off to the left, possibly even still blocking that left lane. We have on the 303 westbound near Waddell, vehicle fire. It looks like a landscaping truck, possibly some debris caught fire. That left lane is blocked. Carroll, Valley Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
When at work, staying informed is also part of work. The news impacts every business.
You need to get all the information that's out there.
At work, at home, all the time. Stay up to date with 550 KFYI on iHeartRadio.
This is Bill from Bill's Pest and Termite. I believe man-made global warming is a real thing. All the hot air coming from the left is causing the rains in the valley, and termites love that. Our specialty is properly identifying the invading species and then using the correct measures to eradicate the termites. This is why we have the best customer reviews and why other pest control companies recommend us. Contact us at billstermiteco.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
If you're thinking about selling your home, this Sunday could change everything. I'm Carol Royce, host of the Carol Royce Real Estate Show, breaking down exactly how I can guarantee your price. Join me Sundays at 2 p.m. on KFYI.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. BABBEL.com.
You
Save and save for retirement, then a financial advisor shaves 1% off the top every year for the rest of your life? For what? Tune in for a new kind of retirement show with Greg Ayler, Sunday mornings at 9 and 11 on News Talk 550 KFYI.
Take control of your food with Harvest Right. A home freeze dryer lets you preserve the meals your family already loves. Fruits, vegetables, leftovers, even full dinners, and keep them fresh for years. No waste, no preservatives, just real food whenever you need it. It's simple to use, surprisingly affordable, and a smart way to stay prepared for anything. Whether you're planning ahead or just saving money, Harvest Right makes it easy. Learn more and shop today at harvestright.com.
When your joints hurt every day and you've been told you need surgery, it can feel like there's only one option, but do your homework. Remember, once a joint is replaced, there's no going back. Hi, it's James T. Harris. Before you schedule surgery, consider getting a second opinion from QC Kinetics. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you should have. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to help deliver relief to patients right here in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. They concentrate your body's own healing factors right where the pain is coming from. The whole idea is to give you a real chance to hold off on surgery, or in some cases, avoid it altogether. That's why it makes sense to explore every option before making a decision that could change your life. Don't just accept surgery as your only choice. Call QC Kinetics today for a second opinion. The consultation is absolutely free with clinics in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. 602-837-PAIN. That's 602-837-PAIN.
Fix It Frankie, this is Ethel. Yes, my Frankie can fix your air conditioner. Frankie can fix anything. What? Well, how did the cat get inside the condenser coil? It was chasing the raccoon. So is the raccoon still inside with the cat? They're having babies. Oh, dear. But to answer your question, Frankie can be there at 4 o'clock. And to find the air conditioner, just follow the sound of the howling. Okay, bye now.
Fix It Frankie.
My Frankie can fix anything.
FixItFrankie.com.
Back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store today. Walk into any of the 5 convenient Valley stores in Glendale, Gilbert, Goodyear, Ahwatukee, or Scottsdale. Walk-ins are always welcome.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like your neighbor Brett.
We did Galaxy for the sidewalks and also the porch. The porch had a few pits. Galaxy said that was no problem.
Home or business, Galaxy Concrete Coatings got you covered.
Obviously, with the front sidewalk and step, so we didn't worry about any kind of slipping. You know, you're concerned about that after rain. And then when it did dry, it didn't spot, it didn't stain. It was just like it had been done yesterday.
Lots of styles to choose from, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
One thing that my wife commented on was how easy the Galaxy coating swept versus just the bare concrete.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world.
We moved here recently. I didn't even think twice about calling anyone else but Galaxy to come do this house.
From the Whitfield Nurseries Weather Center.
An extreme heat warning remains in effect. It will be partly cloudy tonight. Thunderstorms possible, low 90. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 110. And partly cloudy and breezy tomorrow night, low 91. I'm Brad Siegel, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Pro-Life Across America.
Hi, I'm Angie. Did you know a billboard can save a baby's life? It's true. You can make a difference by helping us spread the pro-life message to reach those who are struggling with an unplanned pregnancy. Please make a gift today. Visit prolifeacrossamerica.org.
Why do you love movies? Is it the emotion, the spectacle, the escapism? On Raiders of the Lost podcast, we explore cinema like no one else, including huge interviews with stars like Ryan Gosling on Project Hail Mary.
It was like the Jaws shark. Didn't always work, came with its own problems. That's what made it great. The heart of the movie is Rocky and Grace, and their friendship is hard-earned.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Raiders of the Lost podcast, and listen now.
Saving America, one broadcast at a time. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, tomorrow at 10 on 550 KFYI and the free iHeartRadio app.
Garrett Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. on 550 KFYI in Phoenix, KNST AM 790 in Tucson. Of course, you could hear it on the free iHeartRadio app. Maybe you're listening there now. And you could watch on the 550 KFYI YouTube channel. And you could see how good I look and how awesome I sound. Quick three things I think you need to know. Number one, Catherine Herridge says all the declassified documents that Trump put out a week and a half ago, one of them she found, it shows the Bidens were being blackmailed by the Chi-Coms. The Chinese Communist government was blackmailing Joe Biden, who happened to be president. Wait, how is this not a bigger story? Remember when Trump during the campaign trail was like, oh, China's got so much dirt on Biden. He was right. We'll get to all that. Second thing, I think you need to know, Trump this morning put on Truth Social, he wanted John Thune, he called on John Thune to block the August recess. Keep everyone in D.C., no time off. They're supposed to go on recess. No time off until you get the Save America Act passed. And John Thune said, we don't have the votes, blah, blah, blah. Well, now 6 Republican senators have vowed to stay there and block the recess. John Thune is garbage. We'll see what happens. Third thing that I think you need to know, and man, there's just so much. You got to love this. The Democratic National Committee, you ready for this? They had to put up their headquarters as collateral to get a $15 million loan because they are broke. They are broke. That is a big deal. 3 things I think you need to know. So Fauci apparently kept a diary. This is he just wrote down everything, which is the dumbest thing. Turns out Senator Rand Paul had investigations and found this stuff. He found Anthony. I don't know how this happened, but he literally kept a diary, like a running journal. And all I could think of is this guy did this because maybe he thought he'd make even more money by putting it all into a book. Everyone loves me. This will be great. I'll put it all down there. Sorry, it hurts my throat a little bit to do that. I got to give it away a little bit, don't I? Anthony Fauci had diary entries. And it turns the biggest thing, I can't get over this, is that he lied about the mortality rate. He lied. He told the public, if you remember, that COVID has like a 2 to 3% fatality rate, mortality rate, whatever you want to call it. But he wrote in his little girly diary that it's actually more like, quote, this is it, quote, more like 0.2 to 0.3%. Okay, there's a lot this guy has done, but this guy went out there purposefully and scared the crap out of the public so they would keep wearing masks, to think they're miserable, to cause more fear, to go get COVID shots. So his buddies in big pharma, and a lot of them used to work for the government, they could make bank hundreds of billions of dollars. In a February 2020 entry, this is straight from Fauci's diary. He writes, Tom Frieden called me this morning and we discussed various aspects of the outbreak. He and I are on the same page in thinking that this is acting like a bad influenza, a bad flu in its transmissibility, making the case fatality rate more like 0.2 to 0.3% rather than 2.0%. That's a big deal. Let me ask you this. Would you have worn masks, kept your kids out of school, shut down business? Would you agree to all this stuff and got an experimental shot that, well, and we know what it is now. Would you have done all that if you had a 99.8 chance, a 99.8% chance of survival? Would you have done that? Worth 99.7%. You have a 99.7% chance of living. Please line up for this experimental shot. Would you have done that? In March of 2020, Fauci went on Hannity's TV show. He said, quote, the mortality for seasonal flu is 0.1%. The mortality for this is about 2.5%. It's probably lower than that. It's probably closer to 1. But even if it's 1, it's 10 times more lethal than the seasonal flu. That's what he said on TV. Then he went to Congress to testify in March of 2020 and said, understand that the seasonal flu that we deal with every year has a mortality rate of 0.1%. The state of mortality overall, when you look at all the data, including China, is about 3%. There you go. So he publicly said 2 to 3% mortality rate, death rate. And yet he wrote in his little diary 0.2 to 0.3%. Again, even if you look around, something that has a 97% chance of survival versus a 99.7% chance of survival. Would you change your world? This guy lied and made it happen. Again, he's got an auto pardon. I don't even know if it's legit or not. Goes back to 2014 to 2024 to cover all the crimes this guy has allegedly committed. I don't even know is he going to answer a lot? He's 85 years old. I hope they rake this freaking guy over the coals on Wednesday like you can't believe. I know on Wednesday we're going to be doing a lot of this. I don't expect a lot from these flipping hearings anymore, but I want something to happen. I really do. I really do. You can hit me up on the TalkBack app, on the free iHeartRadio app. We'll do more of this because there's more in his diary entries that we're finding out. Coming up, though, the Democrats, wow, they are loving these socialists. They won't even, they won't say anything bad about them. I have examples. And the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, they will not even hide. They are proud about their insane views. Wait till you hear what those views are. They admitted it. It's coming up. It's your afternoon addiction.
President Trump expressed some hope today about diplomatic efforts in the Iran war, but he also told reporters that if the U.S. and Iran can't make a deal, we go back to doing what we were doing. U.S. diplomats sought to give peace talks some space Friday, bringing a halt to 2 weeks of military strikes. Senators will meet with Ukrainian President Zelensky tomorrow evening at the Capitol. All 100 senators have reportedly been invited to the meeting, which comes as lawmakers in the upper chamber consider a bill that would impose harsher sanctions on Russia and its trading partners. Savannah Guthrie is directly addressing her mother's kidnappers in a new video posted to Instagram today. Her mom, Nancy, went missing from her home in Tucson in February and is yet to be found. The Today Show co-host said in her message, "We have done our part. We will never stop looking for her." Arizona is taking the largest percentage cut under a federal Colorado River plan. The Arizona Republic reports that plan would cut Arizona's river supply by about 31% through 2028. California would take a 12% cut, while Nevada would take a 28% cut. This edition of The Download is brought to you by Fix It Frankie. My Frankie can fix anything. FixItFrankie.com. Now, traffic.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
On the I-10 inner loop westbound near 19th Avenue, watch for crash. It's moved off to the left. On the 10, the Papago Freeway eastbound near Avondale, we have a crash. It's off to the right. On the westbound side of the Papago, we have at 83rd Avenue an accident off to the left. And on the 101, the Agua Fria Freeway southbound, the off-ramp to Glendale Avenue, looks like we have some police activity. That right lane is blocked. Carol, taking a look at Valley traffic.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Gas prices, these grocery prices, the cost of living,
inflation, escape,
get away.
Oh, wait. Your inflation vacation is booked with $1,000. Chances to win every weekday. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, where there are no fees until we win your case. Speaking of win, we want to help you bank $1,000, powered by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. Interact, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today, 977-1900.
If you're thinking about selling your vehicle, don't waste time. Just start with GiveMeTheVIN.com. You enter your VIN, answer a couple of questions, and you get a fast offer. GiveMeTheVIN.com beats CarMax and Carvana offers every day, and if they don't, they'll pay you $100. It's super easy, super fast. GiveMeTheVIN.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
If you've been thinking about getting your carpets professionally cleaned, now is the time. Zero Res is celebrating America's 250th birthday with huge savings all month long. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at just $129. Plus, a free hallway and $100 off your air ducts. Whether you're hosting summer parties or need help with the cleanup, Zero Res has you covered. Celebrate America's birthday with a cleaner, healthier home. Call or book the KFYI specials online at ZeroResPhoenix.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Shows, meals, drinks, even a roller coaster ride. All-inclusive 2-night stay at Luxor or Excalibur, starting at $330 for 2. Visit MGMResorts.com.
Why does Progressive love protecting truckers? Because truckers unite the world. Truckers unite candles and yoga instructors. Truckers unite fake plants with people who shouldn't own living plants. Truckers unite French press coffee makers with the most pretentious person you know. But truckers can't do any of this if they're not on the road. That's why Progressive now offers truckers even more protection on cargo with its enhanced Cargo Plus coverage. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Not available in California.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
If you run a business, you know the value of trust. It's what keeps your customers coming back. And it's what you get when you advertise with iHeart. More than 75% of listeners consider iHeart hosts their friends and trust their recommendations. Now take that trusted influence and combine it with iHeart's massive reach and scale, and you've got the formula for growing your business. Learn how easy it is to tell your story through our voices today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hey, James C. Harris here. If you wear glasses or contacts, but now you are suddenly relying on readers just to see something an arm's length away, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've watched people go on full-blown reader scavenger hunts, checking the car, checking the couch, checking the pockets, checking the dog, and those readers still end up hiding in one place nobody looked. It's funny until it's not. That's why so many folks are turning to refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision. RLE is the permanent solution, and here's the cherry on top. After K2 Vision RLE, you will never get a cataract. The procedure is quick, painless, and most people are seeing clearly with no glasses, no contacts, no readers the very next day. The doctors at K2 Vision have performed more than 150,000 lens procedures, and they will tell you if RLE is right for you. Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at K2VisionRLE.com. No readers, no glasses, no contacts, no cataracts. Be sure to tell them James T sent you.
550 KFYI. Made by people. For people. Guaranteed human.
Garrett Lewis with you. Thank you for hanging out with me. It is your afternoon addiction. Follow me on X and Instagram at Garrett Lewis. And on Facebook, Garrett Lewis Radio. Put some stuff up over the weekend and always putting some things up. If you are a parent or even a grandparent, but definitely a parent of a kid that plays travel sports, you'll enjoy what I put on my story on my Instagram. Once you make the payment for your kid to play sports, because it's all a giant con job nowadays. It's so crazy. Anyway, you can check that out on my Instagram at Garrett Lewis. So, look, the Democrats are in a world of hurt. I have so much good stuff for you. It turns out that the Democratic Socialists of America, look, they really are communists. They really are communists. And they're so insane. And look, they're only good at being militant and convincing people that their life is going to be better. Other than that, they're crazy people. And most of the country, and you'll hear in a second with the proof, think they're crazy. So the Democratic Socialists of America, and I'll give it to them. they'd probably come on this show. I should ask them to come on this show. I don't even know who to talk to be honest. But anyway, a lot of Democrats are afraid to go on Fox News, which cracks me up. Even to go anywhere, it cracks me up. So Megan Romer is the national co-chair for the Democratic Socialists of America. And she did not hide at all. Like, Democrats will lie to you about things, and even rhinos will, right? Remember how many times John McCain lied about stuff? It's time to build the dang fence, and then it never happened. Like, they just lie. So this Megan Romer goes on Fox News Sunday with Shannon Bream, and Shannon Bream's like, you're going to hear it. I'm going to put some of your platform positions up, and you tell us if they're true or false.
So we're going to put up on the screen a few of the things that are part of your platform, and I want to ask you, just give me sort of a true or false on these. Abolish the Senate. True. Okay. Replace the presidency and Supreme Court as we now know them. Yep.
Wow.
Abolish ICE. Absolutely.
Wow.
Abolish borders and give amnesty to anyone currently in the U.S. illegally. As a long-term plan, yep.
Wow.
Defund the Pentagon. Absolutely. Abolish prisons, at least in large part. Yeah, again, that as part of a long-term program, yeah. Okay, so no prisons. Government or public ownership of most large corporations. Yeah, absolutely.
I think she was a little confused in her stupidity, but yes, we want the government to take over most large corporations, and I think that's actually all of them. So, look, you got to give it to them for their honesty, right? You got to give it to them for honesty. They're out of their minds. Now, if you're a Democrat and you hear this, what's your reaction? Like, I'd love to hear from Democrats on a talkback on the free iHeartRadio app. Does this not scare the hell out of you? Because this is taking over your party. And it's hard to tell because Democrats do lie. Look, all politicians lie. Almost all politicians lie. There are some good ones. But the Democrats that don't quite say that, they don't say yet that they're socialists or communists like these people. They either are or they're afraid to tell you, like Ruben Gallego, and he's like, oh, I can't admit that I want, ICE gone. I want to win elections. Like, he is a socialist or communist. He just doesn't want to publicly say it because he thinks it'll hurt being elected. Now, some Democrats that I guess aren't the socialists or commies yet, they don't want to say anything bad about this because they think this is going to help them get the majority back. And they think they're going to get put back into power. What's funny, though, is that if, God forbid, these socialists win and the Democrats get back into power, the Democratic Socialists of America and the commies, they will go after and get rid of all of the Democrats that aren't as insane as them. Like, they don't realize that's going to happen, but it's going to happen to them. So you heard how crazy these people are, okay? It should be very simple to say these people are nuts. Like, if there were Republicans that came into the Republican Party and started doing this stuff, I'd say get them out, right? Get them out. Like Trump says, out, like get them out. But the Democrats, again, like I said, they think they're going to help or they're just afraid of what may happen. Listen to Tim Kaine. Do you remember Tim Kaine? He's a Democrat senator from Virginia. He was Hillary's pick to be vice president. This guy wanted to be one heartbeat away from being president.
I do think the Democratic Party has always been known, and mostly this is good, sometimes it's not, as a Big Tent. And so I don't think that somebody says, I'm a DSA candidate, I don't think you should use that to throw them out. Why would you do that?
Because they're crazy? All right, no, bro, you keep them in there. All good. You want that? Go ahead. Go ahead. Why would you throw them out? Because they said they want to give amnesty to all illegals. They want to get rid of the Pentagon. They want to get rid of borders. They want to get rid of prisons. They want to get rid of the presidency, the Senate. What more do you need? They want the government to take over businesses, corporations. We're Big Tent. It's all you need to know. By the way, you think he's the only one? No. There's this guy you've probably never heard of. He's a congressman, a Democrat named Raja Krishnamurthy. Yeah, I know. Good luck with that, right?
Are those positions the Democratic Party should accept in your view?
Yep.
No, and I think the vast majority of Democrats do not. But, of course, we're a big tent party where people have different viewpoints.
And that, look, I could play a million more of these where all weekend long, Like right before he answered that, they played that clip that I did and for him to hear. That's why she said, are these the Democrat priorities? No, but we're Big Tent. All weekend long, all the Democrats, except for John Fetterman, all of them said, well, we're Big Tent. We can accept them. Cool. You're going to accept socialism and communism? Is that what it is? And I understand how they're doing it because there are some people that think they don't have a good chance, right? I can't afford a home. I'm not making the money I want. Things aren't working out the way I thought, blah, 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 blah. And the people prey on that. Of course, they don't say where exactly you're trying to buy a home. And I get it. And things are tough right now. But look here in Arizona, Katie Hobbs, she had an illegal water policy that stopped homes from being built. She stopped communities from being developed. That meant fewer homes on the market. If there were more homes, it would have driven the price down. More competition. She stopped that. This is a big deal. Now, the question is, what do Democrats and their voters and the rest of the country, Republicans and independents, what do they think about this kind of socialism? I have it for you. You'll hear it coming up. Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction. So yeah, everything costs more, and that's why these socialists are trying so hard to win over people and give them lies that they claim are promises. Look, things cost more. The Iran war, Trump said, we're talking for a little bit, but it's going to be quick. If they don't get on this, I'm going to bomb them again. Everything costs more money. Wars make things go up in cost. So the question is, how do you protect yourself? How is it? How can you do this? Because there's going to be more money printing. It's going to lead to more inflation. You have to go see my friends at Republic Monetary Exchange. Okay? You have to go to gold and silver, real money. The best way to protect yourself today from financial wars is with real money, which again is gold and silver. And if you have any questions about this, go to where I go, Republic Monetary Exchange. I've gone there for years. I trust them. I trust Jim Clark and his great crew. They answer all questions, come up with ideas, and there's no games. You can visit them right there in Phoenix, face to face, eye to eye, or you can call them. It's whatever is up to you, but they can help you with this. Protect yourself. Gold and silver will always be the world's preferred money. Republic Monetary Exchange in Phoenix on Camelback, just east of 40th Street. Go to rmegold.com.
From the Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
We have a couple of problems on the I-10 Papago Freeway. Eastbound, a crash near Avondale. Westbound, one near 83rd Avenue. And on the 101, the Agua Fria Freeway southbound, the off-ramp to Glendale. Watch for that outside left turn lane to be blocked. It looks like we have some police activity going on there. And on the 202, the Santan Freeway westbound, right near Dobson, watch for a crash blocking that HOV lane. Stop and go traffic in the area. I'm Carol. Have a traffic tip, 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. At some point, body pain may creep in and become your reality that day. But Aleve is here to keep you moving. One pill gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief. So don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed.
Socialism gaining momentum.
A new chapter.
Fight the real red wave.
Socialism is a scourge.
With James C. Harris.
It brings only death and despair.
Tomorrow at 6. You need to wake up. 5:50 KFYI on the iHeartRadio app and live on YouTube.
If you haven't switched to Pure Talk because you're not sure their coverage is every bit as reliable as Big Wireless, why not take them for a test drive? For a limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited data plan. No contracts, no commitments, just a great deal on a high-speed network with unlimited data from an American wireless company. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Here he comes. Surprise! There's an avocado shortage! Now half your food truck menu is costing more than it's making you! Also, you're out of napkins!
Those aren't cheap! Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 10% or more on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, an ice cream truck stole your parking spot! Looks like you're in a turf war!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
What if we told you Matt Damon was screaming on set set to get his voice weather warned for the Odyssey. From the TikTok Podcast Network, Raiders of the Lost Podcast has the whole story about the biggest movies of the summer. Download the iHeartRadio app and search Raiders of the Lost Podcast now.
Don't guess. Call Lund Mortgage. Get pre-qualified. Then go look at houses. 623-875-9940. Let me tell you something. When you sign your insurance policy for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. Your business runs all year, and so do the gaps and the risk. That's why I'm introducing SuperSure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just buy a policy online. SuperSure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business, insurance, and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like Fine Print Facts, which translates your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not, plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com, one super agency, one powerful platform. All your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Scorpions don't hate you. Ain't got the brains for hate. What they got is a tail full of bad intentions. Been living in this desert since the dirt was new. Think they got squatters' rights to your laundry basket.
Nate here, owner of Blue Sky Pest Control. Scorpions may have squatters' rights to the desert, but not to your property. Call 602 Blue Sky today. Real pest science, real protection. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, scorpions.
Orthopedic care. At Abrazo Health, we believe these two words are better together. When joint pain postpones a walk with friends or halts a weekend hike, recruit our orthopedic physicians, surgeons, and physical therapists to join your team. From our minimally invasive advanced technology designed to improve patient outcome to our comprehensive rehabilitation program, start your journey to a pain-free life. Find your partner in care at abrazohealth.com/orthopedics.
When power goes out and cell networks fail, AM radio can be a lifeline with local news, weather, and emergency information. But time is running out. AM radio could disappear from new cars unless Congress acts. Please text the two letters AM to 39179 and tell Congress to vote yes on the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act. Text the letters AM to 39179. Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP. This message furnished by this station.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right nice soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because Rhino Shield is backed by a 25-year warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call at 855-4-U-RHINO. Call now and receive 10% off the regular price. Or go to rhinoshieldaz.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
For your 10% off, call now. 855-4-U-RHINO. Or go to rhinoshieldaz.com.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by iHeartAdvertising.com.
Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy has left the team to be with his wife, who was allegedly shot by their son, who is in custody. The Dolphins signing veteran free agent Clelin Ferrell. The Raiders selected him at number 4 overall in the 2019 draft. He played for the Niners and Chargers last season. Yankees manager Aaron Boone says Cody Bellinger is a grade 2 hamstring strain. He'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. I'm Frank Garrity.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again, because people are listening to radio more today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeartRadio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, even social. Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
This is my news and talk station. Thanks for keeping me aware of what's happening. It's great.
News Talk 550, KFYI. Set a preset on the new iHeartRadio app.
Garrett Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. I've gotten phenomenal talkbacks I'll get to in a second. And again, the view of socialism Again, if you're feeling worried, you're feeling panicked, all this other stuff, just chill out for a second. I'll get that to you in a second. Quick 3 things I think you need to know. Number 1, Catherine Herridge, reporter, says the rest of the media is ignoring this, but some of the declassified stuff that Trump put out shows that the Biden family was getting blackmailed by China. Again, that's a gigantic freaking story. Like, that is beyond huge. Second thing I think you need to know, does it get any bigger? Anyway, Trump told John Thune, forget the August recess, stay there, don't let anybody go, get the Save America Act done. John Thune said no. Now there's 6 Republican senators that say, you know what? I'm your Huckleberry. I will do everything I can to make sure that we save America with the Save America Act. So the 6 of them are like, we don't want to go anywhere. We'll make people stay. Third thing that I think you need to know, and more on this in a minute, the DNC, they're in such a debacle, the Democratic National Committee, they had to put their own headquarters up as collateral to take out a $15 million loan because they have no money. Isn't that interesting? They have no money. Why do you think they have the money? We'll get to all that in just a couple of minutes. 3 things I think you need to know. So the Democratic Party, they were afraid to condemn socialism and communism. Did you ever think there'd be a day when that happened? They were afraid to condemn it. I mean, yeah, Gary, they've been always that way. Okay, fine. In my lifetime, I've never seen it as crazy as this, though. Okay? But the rest of the country, do they have an appetite for it? Steve Kornacki on MS Now talked about polls. Who has a good view of socialism and who doesn't?
We've been seeing it in the primary season. Socialists winning Democratic primaries, candidates from the far left. And look at this here. Among Democrats, this is that Fox poll, a majority have a favorable view of socialism. Step outside the Democratic Party, it's a totally different world. Look at independence, socialism, deeply unpopular there.
Okay, well, Garrett, what does that mean? I need numbers. I understand. I just want you to hear this, okay? 52% of Democrats view socialism as favorable. Only 43% say unfavorable. They're crazy. They're also, honestly, are they ignorant? Are they dumb? Like, is it just catchy? Is it a fad? Okay, so 52% of Democrats view socialism as favorable. It seems like Democrats and Republicans fight over independence, don't they? Only 17% of independents find it favorable. 77% of independents view socialism as unfavorable. So what the hell are the Democrats doing? What are they doing? Who are you trying to get? They are literally chasing people away because they don't have the guts, or they're just stupid, to say no to a bunch of dumb toddlers that want ice cream for dinner instead of steak and a potato. That's what it is. Or they're just really having a bad strategy saying, let's ride the socialism wave into office so we can take power. I mean, right now, AOC, do you know AOC is an actual member of the Democratic Socialists of America? I don't know if they carry cards or what, but she is part of the DSA. And that is the number one. She's number one in the polling for Democrat nominee for president. That is best of luck, okay? Best of luck. Now, and I want to do more of this because I want to make fun of it because it's fun to do this. There's a story at Notice, notus.org, about the Democratic National Committee. And I've been telling you about this. The headline, the DNC put up its headquarters as collateral to obtain its massive loan. So can you imagine you put up your headquarters to get money? Why do they have to do this? Because nobody is donating. Right? You have that, the website. Oh my God, what is the fundraising website that, I was saying Blue Sky, that's their left thing. They have that website that has been, it's a scam. They get other people's names. They funnel money through it, people that donate large amounts of money, and they put other people's names through smurfing saying, oh, so-and-so, Bob Smith from Prescott is donating $8.42 a month. Nobody donates like that. But also, I look at this as USAID has been shut down. That's been a slush fund for the left and for intelligence communities. And now all that money is gone. So the DNC put up its physical headquarters last year to get a $15 million line of credit. Wow. This is some big stuff. Act Blue. Thank you, Darren. Act Blue. So the building, partially owned by the DNC, had to be put up for collateral to do this. A DNC member granted anonymity said that Ken Martin is the chair. Ken gaslighting us about the DNC's finances and not being transparent about the financial situation makes us doubt if he can oversee the DNC during the most important primary of our lifetime. By the way, if they can't manage their own party, do you think they can manage the country? I mean, come on, really? They are in big, big trouble. This is fantastic. And by the way, some great talkbacks about the Democratic Socialists of America co-chair.
Garrett.
Yes.
This sounds more like a dictatorship that they want. Taking everybody's rights away. Their vote doesn't count. Sounds like a dictatorship.
You're not wrong. Thank you very much. Anna in Tucson. Here's one more.
Hey, Garrett. Rob here from Gilbert.
Yes.
Hey, isn't that fascism that lady just talked about? The very last thing, taking over companies, the government, they want to take over companies. That's fascism. But yet they constantly yell that the Republicans are fascist. They're the ones that are fascist, and that's proof right there.
Yep.
Love the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Robin. Thank you so much. Now, Andy Biggs his campaign finally getting tough with Katie Hobbs, and there's a lot of reasons why we don't want Katie, and one of them, a big one here in Arizona, is school choice. Have you heard what's happening in public schools? We can't lose school choice. Wait till you hear what kids may see. It's coming up. Garrett Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction.
Hurt in a crash? Now you're in pain, missing work, and your car's out of commission. Call the accident attorneys at Sweet James. They help you get the medical care you need, handle your case from start to finish, and fight for the money you may need to get your life back. No stress, no runaround, and you pay nothing unless they win. Call now for a free case review, 800-9-MILLION. That's 800-9-MILLION. Or visit sweetjames.com.
If pests are popping up where they definitely don't belong, don't wait. Call Green Mango Pest Control. Their certified background check techs show up ready to solve the problem. Fast. Scorpions, ants, rodents, wasps, whatever's invading, they eliminate it the right way the first time. And right now, get 50% off your first treatment. That's real peace of mind. Don't wait to protect your home. Contact Green Mango Pest Control. Fast, effective, pest-free, guaranteed. Visit greenmangopest.com to book now. greenmangopest.com.
From the Republic Monetary Exchange Studio, this is KFYI Phoenix, KYOT HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Another plea for information in the Guthrie case. From the 550 KFYI Newsroom, I'm Brad Siegel. Today's show host Savannah Guthrie is renewing her plea for information regarding the disappearance of her mother, Nancy. She has been missing since early February after being abducted from her home in the Catalina foothills in Tucson. In a video posted to Instagram today, Guthrie says her family would continue the search for her mother.
I'm asking you, begging you to do the right thing now. Make the right choice. Help us find her. Tell us where to look for her. I truly believe it is never too late to do the right thing.
In the nearly 6 months since her abduction, authorities have not named a person of interest in the case, and there have been no arrests. Demolition underway on the former Food City Center in the Apache Corridor in Tempe. The city bought that property 5 years ago with an eye toward transforming it into more affordable housing. What will become Dorsey Station at Apache Boulevard and Dorsey Lane will feature 400 new rental units. It will also bring an urban grocer back to the neighborhood. President Trump is on his way back to the nation's capital after a speech in the Detroit area today, touting his efforts to bolster the American auto industry during his campaign-style event at the GM Milford Proving Ground. Trump says he's done more for auto workers than any other president. Taking a look at your money at the closing bell this afternoon, the Dow was up 262 points. Now 550 KFYI traffic.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
On the Superstition Freeway, eastbound near Mill, watch for this crash. It's off to the left. We also have on the 202, the Santan Freeway westbound, right near Dobson. Looks like that HOV lane is blocked. And on the 101, the Agua Fria Freeway southbound, that off-ramp to Glendale Avenue, looks like we have some police activity blocking that outside left turn lane. I'm Carol. If you have a traffic tip, let us know. 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
An extreme heat warning remains in effect. It will be partly cloudy tonight. Thunderstorms possible, low 90. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 110. And partly cloudy and breezy tomorrow night, low 91. I'm Brad Siegel, 550 KFYI.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword check at KFYI.com. That's check at KFYI.com.
Well, hello there. Hope you had a great weekend. Garrett Lewis with you. It was a hell of a first hour. You can always go back and listen on the free iHeartRadio app on demand or watch it on demand once the show is over on the 550 KFYI YouTube channel. But I am so glad you are here with me. Now, the great news today is that Andy Biggs' campaign put up an ad that goes after Katie Hobbs. And it's so important that we defeat Katie Hobbs. It's so important to have Andy Biggs in there for a lot of reasons, right? Got to get the economy back, jobs, common sense, school choice too. Now, before I get to you why this is so important, and Katie Hobbs is an enemy of school choice. She just is. An opponent, an enemy, you name it, right? Katie Hobbs got hammered, and more people need to see this about her, for all of her flaws, faults, stupidity, whatever you want. Before I tell you about the school choice stuff, I want you to hear this. This is on my ex at Garrett Lewis. This was put up by the Biggs campaign this morning. Went right at Katie Hobbs.
Katie Hobbs is under criminal investigation. A state contractor that is supposed to protect kids gave Hobbs $400,000 in political donations.
Oh, boy.
Then the Hobbs administration gave that contractor an extra $4 million a year.
Yep.
Something no one else got, while kids in state care waited. Now, Hobbs is under criminal investigation by the Attorney General from her own party. Katie Hobbs is for sale. Andy Biggs answers to you. Paid for by Biggs for Arizona.
Now, that is tremendous, and that is really damaging to Katie Hobbs. And you and I know that, but I guarantee you, what do you think? Probably 85% of the state doesn't know about this pay-to-play scandal? I would think 7.5 million people about. I mean, you look at, you want to say 80%? You want to say 1.5 million people may know about it, maybe 2, and is it that much? People need to hear this over and over and over again. So it is right there on memory and can be recalled. And it's such a big deal because if Katie Hobbs gets in there, God forbid we lose the state legislature, one of the first thing that's going is school choice. And we need school choice because when it's only public school and you have no choice, if something bad happens, where are you going to go? You got to pony up for private school? Where are you going to go? Like, my kids go to a public charter school. That's what a charter school is, a public school. The tax dollars that are attached to them that would go to their normal public school follow them to the public charter. I don't pay anything. It's a beautiful thing. Competition. Because lefties are crazy. They're nuts. One of the things Trump ran on is making sure we stop the trans mutilation surgery. We stop men claiming they're women to play against women in sports and girls in sports, keep boys and men out of women's locker rooms and girls' bathrooms. But the Democrats haven't learned their lesson that the public, and honestly a lot of Democrats too, think this stuff is crazy. They haven't learned their lesson. And I saw this story from the New York Post about what's going on in Minnesota. And imagine if we had that here. If Katie Hobbs gets back in there, God forbid, and the Democrats take over. This is the stuff that they would do. I guarantee it. Story of the New York Post. Taxpayer-funded trans dolls with removable genitalia will go into classrooms this fall in Minnesota. Kids as young as 4 years old will learn about different options of their... It's not gender, it's sex. All I could think about, oh my God, what is the name of the band? Remember the song it had to be in the early 90s, Detachable Penis? That's what this is. I'm not kidding you. So in Minnesota, taxpayers have been paying and have paid for this. First of their kind transgender dolls, and they have removable genitalia. They will be in Minnesota classrooms this fall. Kids as young as 4 years old are going to see dolls where you can remove the body parts, add the body parts, like Mr. Potato Head. But instead of eyes and ears and a mustache, it's their genitalia. They're paper dolls. They've been given gender-neutral names. Of course they have. Sam, Rory, Avery, Parker. Why not Pat? Why not the original one? They have removable internal and external genitals. Removable genitals. Internal and external. They have over 100 interchangeable pieces of clothing. They have different accessories and hairstyles. Like I said, like Mr. Potato Head. A therapist at the University of Minnesota Medical School that spent over half a decade developing these trans dolls said the goal is for kids to learn about the different options that exist for who they can be. Can you believe this stuff? The medical school's Institute for Sexual and Gender Health Research, over those 6 years where they were doing this, included paying $20 to $60 for trans and gender diverse children. What? And their parents to play with these dolls and talk about gender and bodies in groups. These people are deranged. Can you imagine being a parent and you're doing this? Prototypes of these dolls were shown back in 2024 at a conference where one of these dolls named Sam can be seen with some phase of gender transition, with a detachable penis off to the side and a dress and girls' underwear within reach. You can't make this stuff up. These trans dolls come with the promise to make gender fun. Can you imagine that on a hat? Gender is a social construct that's made up. Anyway, the trans dolls are going to be given to teachers, school counselors, pediatricians, and you got to love this, mental health providers. It's according to a website of the My Gender Dolls company. My Gender Dolls. Now, the image, this is what's on, the website features an image of a boy doll wearing a dress and others in different states of sexual identity confusion. For kids, by the way. Look, I'm an adult. Sometimes I get confused by this stuff. Don't you? I'm pansexual. I'm flute sexual. I'm whatever the hell it is. Okay? It's not known yet if parents or kids can order the doll or if they're only going to be marketed to professionals and psychopaths at schools. It's not known if parents are going to be able to even opt out of this. And you know what they're calling it, by the way? It'll be at the schools. It's therapeutic play for the kids. Can you imagine not being able to opt out of something like this? That's why, I hope Andy Biggs and his campaign, I'm sure they will, go after Katie Hobbs on school choice because she's wanted to end school choice. She's wanted to end empowerment scholarship accounts. She's wanted to end all that stuff. Parents should be in charge and have the only say about where their own children go to school. Because God forbid if this happened, I mean, the Democrats got in charge, they took it all away. I mean, you live in an area and you have crazy, crazy teachers and crazy administrators, and they bring these dolls into class. What are you supposed to do? Parents may not be able to opt out Minnesota for something like this. That's how crazy it is. I have more. There's more about this. Tim Walz is involved. How much money is involved? I have it all for you. You can hit me up on the iHeartRadio app with the talkback. Tap the red mic. Let me know what you think and what you say about this stuff. It's coming up. Gary Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction.
The Bill's Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
We have a couple of problems reported on the Superstition Freeway, both on the eastbound side. One is a crash near Greenfield off to the right. The other one is near Superstition Mountain Drive. This one, an injury accident reported. On the 10, the inner loop westbound. This is near 7th Avenue. Watch for the right lane to be blocked there. A bit of stop-and-go traffic in the area, about a 5-minute delay. I'm Carol. If you have a traffic tip, 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Sean Hannity.
It's very interesting how the Democrats were basically caught selling their soul, because that's not where the party is anymore.
Tomorrow at 1, make 550 KFYI a preset on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
James C. Harris here for Tombstone Tactical. You know it's my favorite firearm store in the Valley, and for good reason. Tombstone Tactical is located right off the I-17 and Metro Center between Dunlap and Peoria, and they have the kindest, most knowledgeable staff in the Valley. They also have the biggest inventory in the Valley. If you need ammunition, if you need firearms, get down to Tombstone Tactical or check them out at tombstonetactical.com. Let me tell you something. When you sign your insurance policy for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. Your business runs all year, and so do the gaps and the risk. That's why I'm introducing SuperSure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just buy a policy online. SuperSure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business, insurance, and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like Fine Print Facts, which translates your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not, plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com, one super agency, one powerful platform. All your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Scorpions don't hate you. Ain't got the brains for hate. What they got is a tail full of bad intentions. Been living in this desert since the dirt was new. Think they got squatters' rights to your laundry basket.
Nate here, owner of Blue Sky Pest Control. Scorpions may have squatters' rights to the desert, but not to your property. Call 602 Blue Sky today. Real pest science, real protection. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, Scorpions.
You've waited all year for this moment. Make sure you're prepared when you finally draw back. At Shields, we're right there with you. We have the expertise and premium gear hunters need to gain the edge. Right now, till August 2nd, our hunting sale event is on with savings on the best gear. And if you're a Shields Visa card member, you'll earn extra points on every Shields purchase. Gain the edge you're looking for and save this season at Shields.
Take action for your retirement. Call Golden Crest Metals, 888-447-7857.
When your joints hurt every day and you've been told you need surgery, it can feel like there's only one option, but do your homework. Remember, once a joint is replaced, there's no going back. Hi, it's James T. Harris. Before you schedule surgery, consider getting a second opinion from QC Kinetics. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you should have. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to help deliver relief to patients right here in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. They concentrate your body's own healing factors right where the pain is coming from. The whole idea is to give you a real chance to hold off on surgery, or in some cases, avoid it altogether. That's why it makes sense to explore every option before making a decision that could change your life. Don't just accept surgery as your only choice. Call QC Kinetics today for a second opinion. The consultation is absolutely free with clinics in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. 602-837-PAIN. That's 602-837-PAIN.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they're very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They're in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because Rhino Shield is backed by a 25-year warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take it from Rick. Put down that paintbrush and pick up your phone. Call Rhino Shield at 855-4-RHINO. Call now and receive 10% off the regular price, or go to rhinoshieldaz.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
For your 10% off, call now. 855-4-RHINO. Or go to rhinoshieldaz.com.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
From the Whitfield Nurseries Weather Center.
An extreme heat warning remains in effect. It will be partly cloudy tonight. Thunderstorms possible, low 90. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 110. And partly cloudy and breezy tomorrow night, low 91. I'm Brad Siegel, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Staples. All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Why do you love movies? Is it the emotion, the spectacle, the escapism? On Raiders of the Lost podcast, we explore cinema like no one else, including huge interviews with stars like Ryan Gosling on Project Hail Mary.
It was like the Jaws shark. Didn't always work, came with its own problems. That's what made it great. The heart of the movie is Rocky and Grace, and their friendship is hard-earned.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Raiders of the Lost podcast, and listen now.
Fighting for the conservative principles that make America great. Sean Hannity, tomorrow at 1 on your smart speaker. Say, play 550 KFYI.
Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction on 550 KFYI in Phoenix, KNST AM 790 in Tucson, free iHeart Radio app. And of course, you can watch on the brand new 550 KFYI YouTube channel where you should subscribe to it, all that other stuff. It is remarkable. It is so much fun. Quick 3 things that I think you need to know. Number 1, Catherine Herridge, great reporter, says she looked through all the unclassified documents, all the declassified documents, I should say, that Trump released after his speech. And there's documents that show that China was blackmailing the Biden family. What? The media just they don't care to go through it. This is incredible. Second thing that I think you need to know, Trump told John Thune, don't go on break. Don't go on recess in August. Stay in the Senate until you pass the Save America Act. Thune said no, but now we have, last time I checked, 6 Republican senators say we will block the recess until we get the Save America Act done, which is just awesome. Third thing that I think you need to know, the Democratic National Committee, they're a mess. They're broke. They had to put their headquarters up as collateral to get a $15 million loan because they have no money. See a USAID and Act Blue. 3 things I think you need to know. At some point, the fraud, it all comes to an end, doesn't it? At some point. Let me go back to the story, by the way. Again, we need Biggs to beat Hobbs for a lot of reasons, and one of them And again, I hope that the Biggs campaign treats school choice the same way the Democrats treat abortion. You got to fight for it. You got to make sure everybody knows how serious you are, what it impacts them, all this stuff. People care here in Arizona about the choice. And it goes to both parties, Republicans, Independents, even Democrats. Unless you're a wacko Democrat. I mean, how do you argue against a parent knowing and having the power and the right to send their kid to the right school for the kid? They get, like, the parent gets to decide. Unless you're a nut job union member or whatever, you're just crazy. How do you say no? Anyway, because in Minnesota, good luck trying to. There's no evidence you can opt out of this. Schools in Minnesota are going to have transgender dolls that have detachable genitalia. And you think that's bad? And again, different dresses, all this other stuff. Taxpayers paid for this. I mean, think about it. Minnesota, you had to pay for the Leering Center, all the Somali fraud, and now you're paying for college crazies at the University of Minnesota to come up with transgender dolls? Is this the market now? Do I have to go into business and make dolls that are clearly boys and clearly girls? You thought it was bad with like Barbie and Ken dolls when they had nothing there. Yet we all survived and flourished in America, didn't we? The dolls began as a University of Minnesota research project. It became a commercial project called My Gender Dolls, and it was done that way by two licensed psychologists who were professors at the medical school. So they got taxpayers basically paying them to live to create this monstrosity, this Frankenstein doll, and then they're going to profit off of it. The website for My Gender Dolls doesn't talk about the cost of these paper dolls that you can just take the genitalia off. University of Minnesota's medical school, that's where this was all done, it's been receiving $15 million a year in funding from Minnesota taxpayers and Tim Walz. The money was sent there to increase the medical school's research capacity and ensure national prominence. Was it there to make these weird, crazy, evil, terrible toys? The school doesn't report how much it actually gives to the Institute for Sexual and Gender Health, which is there at the University of Minnesota. It has a total research budget of $1.4 million. And by the way, Tim Walz was given the Institute for Sexual and Gender Health's inaugural Distinguished Sexual and Gender Health Champion Award in 2023. Of course, Tampon Tim got that. We're going to give this award to the guy that said we need tampons in boys' bathrooms. I mean, they should be cut off. If you're in Minnesota, it sucks for you. I don't want my money going to that in federal tax dollars. Tim Walz was even pictured smiling alongside a medical school associate professor named Nick Ryder, co-founder of My Gender Dolls. And as you can imagine, by the way, the picture, it's Tim with three short-haired women that are trying, at least two of them trying desperately to look like boys. Ryder, this Nick Ryder, N-I-C, a professor there, Nick Ryder, in the picture with Walz. Nick Ryder, looks like Pat. I'm not making that from Saturday Night Live. Looks like Pat. Nick Ryder, it says here, is a psychologist who specializes in children and teen transgender health. And of course, Nick Ryder goes by they, them, as if he's more than one person. She's more than one person. So the New York Post wrote, they didn't return the Post's request for comment. And neither did the associate professor Diane Berg, who is a member of the Association for Treatment of Sex Abusers. Berg boasted about genitals being a key part of this crazy research project back in 2020, but that article from the university was deleted. But anyway, it lives on forever. She told the university's Discovery magazine, everyone should be learning that there's diversity in gender identity, and that's what makes you real, is not what your body parts are, but how you think and feel. And she'd already started using the dolls with her own patients that were between 5 and 10 years old. These are some messed up people. Other therapists from the University of Minnesota Medical School said they used the dolls to get the kids talking about their private parts. Who are these parents? An adjunct assistant professor named Elizabeth Panetta said, we were able to explore and brainstorm not just what our bodies are able to do now, but what we want our bodies to do and look like in the future. It's sick.
A lot of people say, what's that? It's Pat.
Oh, man. Dr. Quentin Van Meter said they'll find anybody who's in trouble and use this as a tool to say, this is why you're unhappy. This is absolutely grooming. And that's exactly what it is. I mean, my son Harrison is going to be 9 tomorrow. I can't imagine if he saw this, he'd be like, wait, what's going on here, Dad? 9. My wife and I would lose our minds if something like this happened in his class. It's crazy. Man, talkbacks. You know what? We don't have time. I'll tell you what. We'll get to the talkbacks probably in the next hour. The Fauci stuff is off the charts. Apparently, there's over 1,000 entries into a diary for Anthony Fauci. It was found by Senator Rand Paul. And in this stuff, Fauci is caught lying about so many things, including the death rate. The death rate was one number privately and scared the hell out of you publicly. He had an obsession with celebrities. I have it all for you. It's coming up. Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction. So, yeah, school started today. So Abby and I had to do the painful thing and take our now 8th grader and our other son to the mall. My God, we spent 5 hours at the mall on Saturday, walking everywhere. And you know what? I actually felt good. Aside from my head hurting at the outfits my son was picking out, the Good Feet arch supports, they were a savior. Because I'll tell you what, I'd have been a cranky guy otherwise. We were able to walk the mall for 5 hours. Have you been able to do that? Do you know anybody that's able to do that, or are they just like, I can't go? Go to the Good Feet store. Because we wear the Good Feet arch supports, Abby and I, every single day. I've worn her for 14 years, and so has she. Go to the Good Feet store, 5 in the Valley, 5 different Good Feet stores in the Valley. Go get a free arch support fitting. You can do that if you tell them that Garrett Lewis sent you. You heard it from me, Garrett Lewis. These are hard molded pieces of plastic that fit in your shoes, and they help you stand with perfect posture and perfect balance. And when that happens, that's when you're like, I can walk for hours, and I personally feel fantastic. Go to the Good Feet store, take them for a test walk, try them before you buy them. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Find the closest one to you at goodfeet.com.
A new study shows finances and brain health are tied together. British researchers looked at 2,700 people who were 80 years old and found those in the bottom 20% financially in their midlife were slower on cognitive tests and scored worse on memory tests in their later years. The study shows cognitive decline was slower for those better off financially at midlife. Brian Koberger wants to walk back his guilty plea. The man convicted of murdering 4 University of Idaho students tells the New York Times he's innocent and now wants a trial. He's filed a petition challenging his conviction that was based on his plea deal. Koberger pleaded guilty last year and was sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms without parole. A federal judge is considering the Tohono O'odham Nation's challenge to President Trump's border wall. The Arizona Republic reports Judge Richard Leon heard arguments last week over the nation's request to halt construction. Tribal attorneys argue the project would trespass on sovereign land and harm sacred sites. A former Arizona State University football player and Valley personal trainer has been sentenced to more than 3 decades behind bars for assaulting 4 women. Maricopa County prosecutors say Tevin Favor was convicted on all 4 felony counts. Now, a check on traffic.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
On the I-10 eastbound, a brand new crash reported to us near I-8 in Casa Grande. That middle lane is blocked. On the 17 northbound near Bethany Home Road, watch for crashes off to the right. To your surface streets, we have at Guadalupe at Signal Butte, a crash reported to us, as well as Chandler Boulevard at Ellis. I'm Carol. If you have a traffic tip, let us know. 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Gas prices,
these grocery prices,
the cost of living,
inflation,
escape,
get away.
Oh, wait. Your inflation vacation is booked with $1,000. Chances to win every weekday.
Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, where there are no fees until we win your case. Speaking of win, we want to help you bank $1,000, powered by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. Interact, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today, 977-1900.
We hope you're not counting on Social Security for retirement. It's Jim Clark. The Social Security trustees report they'll run out of money in 2032. Jeffrey Gundlach, the bond king, says that's overly optimistic, saying they'll run out by 2029. That's only 3 years away. Things like inflation and debt are compounding the problem, but they're bullish for gold and silver, which should be in your retirement plan anyway. See us, Republic Monetary Exchange in Phoenix on Camelback, just east of 40th Street. 602-682-GOLD or rmegold.com.
Why does Progressive love protecting truckers? Because truckers unite the world. Truckers unite candles and yoga instructors. Truckers unite fake plants with people who shouldn't own living plants. Truckers unite French press coffee makers with the most pretentious person you know. But truckers can't do any of this if they're not on the road. That's why Progressive now offers truckers even more protection on cargo with its enhanced Cargo Plus coverage. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Not available in California.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
550 KFYI. No algorithm, no code. Guaranteed human.
Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction. Thank you for hanging out with me. These Fauci diaries are absolutely incredible. So again, I guess I'm trying to picture this. He wrote stuff in journals. You want to call it a diary? What a narcissistic moron, except all I could think again is that he did all this to document it, hoping one day to maybe cash in on a book. He thought he can get away with this. Anyway, all these diary entries are remarkable. Senator Rand Paul put them out on a website, on his Senate website. There's like over 1,140 entries. Can you buy? He wrote all kinds of stuff. How he and President Trump got it. Well, President Trump really started grilling him about being. Trump was saying, "You got to be more positive, Tony. You got to be more positive. We got to get everything open." I mean, the guy is getting caught lying about everything, and the ego of this guy, the narcissism. He's talking about being the most famous. He's writing in his own diary that he is the most famous person in America. He's doing more interviews. Oh, yeah. It is wrong. You want to know how much of a liar? To me, there's a couple of things that stand out more than anything else. Besides the obsession with celebrities, which is hilarious and it shows who he is and everything else, to me, there's a couple of things. One, he lied about the death rate. He lied about the death rate. He was dumb enough to write down in his own diary, and it's right there. It's public. Rand Paul put it out there. He put it out there for everyone to see. Tom Frieden called me this morning, and we discussed various aspects of the outbreak. He and I are on the same page in thinking that this is acting like a bad influenza. It's like a bad flu. It's acting like a bad flu in its transmissibility, and it's making the case fatality rate, so the death rate of this, it's making it more like 0.2 to 0.3% rather than 2.0%. But then, and that was February 8th of 2020. The fatality rate's 0.2 to 0.3%. But then a month later, on March 10th, he goes on Fox News Channel on Hannity's show, and he says the mortality for this is probably 2 to 2.5%. And then March 11th in Congress, under oath, he said the stated fatality rate of this overall is about 3%. Again, would you have agreed with the lockdown? And maybe you didn't agree with any lockdown. I'm with you. But it'd be hard to make the case to lock down businesses, schools, the world, wear masks, be social distanced, if you had a 99.8% chance of surviving this. If it's only 97%, I mean, people's like, but it's a lot different. On March 27th, The Daily Show, he said the mortality of this is about 10 times the flu. It's at least 1%. But he wrote in his own diary, in his own journal, it's 0.2 to 0.3%. But he told the public something totally different to scare people into being COVID-idiots. I mean, I still see it. We were out at the mall over the weekend shopping for back to school. And I saw a few people walking around in masks still reeling from the lies and the mental breakdown caused by Anthony Fauci. That's one big part of this. I want you to hear this too. RFK Jr. went on Laura Ingram's show earlier. And what he said, RFK Jr. hates the guy anyway. I don't blame him. But things that were found in the diary.
He got vaccinated, a very, very public press conference in January of 2020. And then 5 months later, he had, and this is the first time that we knew this from the diary, he had a pulmonary infarction. Which is one of the adverse events that NIH, CDC, and FDA said are expected from the vaccine. He never told anybody.
No.
He got treated for it privately by the best doctors in America. At the same time, he was telling everybody that that was not an adverse event.
I mean, that is remarkable right there, isn't it? The guy has heart problems after getting the shot. A lot of people thought he got a B12 shot too, or vitamin B, whatever, right? And people thought that a lot about these politicians that were doing it. Remember, we'd see a few of them, they'd all of a sudden just pass out. So he had an adverse event, didn't tell anybody, was treated, and still didn't tell the public about this. Again, he is going to be brought before Congress on Wednesday to testify. And I never get my hopes up ever about these. There's some things that could be entertaining about it. Nothing ever seems to happen with these. But I'm hoping something happens here. I would love it if he got perp walked and he gets locked up. I don't care. He's 85 years old. This guy deserves at the very least prison for what he did. But, I mean, maybe there could be enough done in this hearing, and he's got a pardon, but it doesn't stop him. He can't plead the fifth because of the pardon. He'll lie. He's lied in the past. The guy's a habitual liar. But I hope at least the public gets this. It'll be very telling. Here's what I think. I think there's going to be some bombshells revealed, or just his actions, his non-answers, and the media is going to run cover for him. That's what's going to... They are going to act like he never testified to Congress. That's my prediction. That's another thing. Now, Fauci, in these 1,100 plus entries to his diary, he showed, I mean, what a nut. He was obsessed with being famous. He was obsessed with being famous. He was obsessed with being on the media and in the media all the time. He was obsessed with getting calls and meetings with celebrities. In one of the journal entries for Fauci, he talked about being so enamored because he was on the phone with Barbra Streisand. Fauci wrote in his diary about Streisand, quote, "She wanted to know if it was okay to get mRNA vaccine. I told her yes, it was a great call." He spoke to Barbara. He spoke about listening to her music on the Alexa device. Oh, God. Before saying, Barbra Streisand said she really didn't know what Alexa was. "I listened to you on Alexa all the time." And she's like, "What's Alexa?" He then admitted, this is from the Daily Mail, he then admitted to having butt called her later the same day, only to discover Barbra Streisand was planning on calling him anyway to ask about differences between Moderna and Pfizer jabs. During that call, he said he demonstrated how the Alexa worked by asking her to play Streisand in songs. This is what he wrote. "When the song came on loud and clear, she started laughing and absolutely loved it." Then he talked about an Instagram post with, quote, "wonderful Tyra Banks." "One person said that Tyra was sexy, but that I was even more sexy than she was," he said in the comments. He admitted they were often mean and vicious. So he's claiming he's sexier than... Someone said, "I'm sexier than Tyra Banks." Fauci comments on his own fame in general. He posted one post on April 7th of 2020, about a month after this whole scam happened. He wrote, "Press still hot and heavy about me. Multiple stories per day directly or indirectly involving me. The national and international fame is explosive and really unimaginable." He wrote that in his Dear Diary on May 21st. I have more from this. And you could comment like you can. I'll get to the talkbacks on the free iHeartRadio app. Tap the red mic. You have up to 30 seconds. It's your afternoon addiction.
The Bill's Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
If you're seeing a little bit of stop-and-go traffic on the 51 northbound near Thomas, we had a stalled vehicle blocking that left lane. It has since moved off the roadway. On the Superstition Freeway eastbound near Greenfield, watch for this crash. It's off to the right. And on the I-10 Interloop westbound, right near 7th Avenue, this crash is off to the right. I'm Carol. If you have a traffic tip, let me know. 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Michael Cordova Injury Attorneys.
Seriously injured? Demand the best. Insurance companies fear our experience.
Call Michael Cordova Injury Attorneys right now. Justice starts here.
Former President Joe Biden has written a book. You really think he wrote that book? Not a chance.
Read The Room with Glenn Beck.
I don't think he actually wrote the book.
Tonight at 7 on 550 KFYI and the free iHeartRadio app.
When power goes out and cell networks fail, AM radio can be a lifeline with local news, weather, and emergency information. But time is running out. AM radio could disappear from new cars unless Congress acts. Please text the 2 letters AM to 39179 and tell Congress to vote yes on the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act. Text the letters AM to 39179. Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop. This message furnished by the station.
Hi, guys. This is the Rocket Roger Clemens. You don't pitch in the majors for 24 years without feeling it later. Shoulders, elbows, knees. Trust me, pain doesn't retire when you do.
That's baseball legend Roger Clemens.
I tried the ice. I tried rest, PT, nothing really worked. When I heard about QC Kinetics, the concept sounded promising. Non-surgical regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself without surgery. Sign me up, just what I needed, real lasting relief.
Whether you're a former pro, a weekend golfer, or just want to walk around pain-free again, QC Kinetics uses cutting-edge technology and natural biologics to help restore and repair damaged tissue.
I trusted them with my joints. Now I'm back doing what I love.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 602-837-7246. In Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. That's 837-7246. 837-7246.
Fix It Frankie, this is Ethel. Yes, my Frankie can fix your air conditioner. Frankie can fix anything. What? Well, how did the cat get inside the condenser coil? It was chasing the raccoon. So is the raccoon still inside with the cat? They're having babies. Oh, dear. But to answer your question, Frankie can be there at 4 o'clock. And to find the air conditioner, just follow the sound of the howling. Okay, bye now.
Fix It Frankie.
My Frankie can fix anything.
FixItFrankie.com.
Sure, you can find someone to roof your house cheaper. The real question is, will they do it right? At Kaiko Roofing, quality comes first. They don't cut corners. They use premium materials, and they've earned the trust of Arizona homeowners for over 32 years. If you think your roof may have storm damage, call today for a free roof checkup. Your roof protects your home. Protect your roof with Kaiko Roofing. KaikoRoofing.com. Tell them James T. sent you.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
If you haven't switched to Pure Talk because you're not sure their coverage is every bit as reliable as Big Wireless, why not take them for a test drive? For a limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited data plan. No contracts, no commitments. Just a great deal on a high-speed network with unlimited data from an American wireless company. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
What if we told you Matt Damon was screaming on set to get his voice weather warned for The Odyssey? From the TikTok Podcast Network, Raiders of the Lost Podcast has the whole story about the biggest movies of the summer. Download the iHeartRadio app and search Raiders of the Lost Podcast now.
Got pest? Call Blue Sky Pest Control. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, pest.
Hey, that was our exit. We're going to miss the first pitch.
Just got to make a stop at Fry's. I promised I'd bring nachos.
Nice. You have the Upside app too, right?
Upside? What's that?
Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you buy groceries. And they just added Fry's stores in the Phoenix Prescott area.
Wait, I can get money back just for buying groceries?
Yep. And right now, new users can get an extra $10 bonus on their first Fry's trip with the app. That's up to $25 cash back on one grocery run.
Even this Fry's store right here?
Yes. Now pull over. Let's get some cash back on those nachos.
Upside is now available for Fry's stores in the Phoenix Prescott area. Download the free Upside app and use promo code HOT3 to get a $10 bonus on your first purchase at Fry's. That's promo code HOT3 to get a $10 bonus. Remember, use promo code HOT3.
Offers vary by user and location. $10 bonus offer for new users only. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Go over there and get that airplane fixed. Put together your maintenance team. You're leaving at 0400 in the morning on a C-130.
That's Richard, a Vietnam vet, an aircraft maintenance officer in the U.S. Air Force. And of all the coatings that he could have chosen for his garage, he chose Galaxy Concrete Coatings.
I have a 2-car garage and a walkway. The sunlight was deteriorating my walkway. So Galaxy was the answer.
Galaxy is 4 times stronger than epoxy and designed to not only work in your garage, but also on driveways, walkways, around your pool or patio. It's UV resistant, so it will not yellow. And also, it comes with a lifetime warranty.
Galaxy did what I wanted done. They worked from the moment they showed up to the moment the work was concluded.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We are out of this world.
From the Whitfield Nurseries Weather Center.
An extreme heat warning remains in effect. It will be partly cloudy tonight. Thunderstorms possible, low 90. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 110. And partly cloudy and breezy tomorrow night, low 91. I'm Brad Siegel, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Make us your number one preset on the iHeartRadio app.
I like that I can just download it and listen right away.
News Talk 550 KFYI.
Oh, Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction. And, you know, the sensational, and for the lack of a better term, the lowest common denominator stuff, it's easy to see and to make fun of it. Like the Streisand, I'm with you, right? I'm with you on all that stuff, okay? However, there is so much more to these diary entries. Like, I can't believe he put this stuff in there. You ready for this? He actually put this is April 23rd, 2020. This is Tony Fauci's diary. Dear diary, this is my scheme to get rich. So April 23rd, 2020. He writes, after the presser, about 1 hour, Deborah Birx, remember her, the scarf queen, as Rush called her, America's mother-in-law? Deborah Birx texted and then called me saying it was good that I was not there since after the presser, the POTUS, that's Trump, President of the United States, the POTUS called her into the Oval and started yelling at her and saying, quote, this is what Fauci wrote in his diary. He said Trump started yelling at Deborah Birx saying, quote, you and Fauci have destroyed the country and the economy. I should never have listened to you. You have completely destroyed us. So Fauci says that Trump said that April 23rd, 2020. That must have been the time that Trump realized they are trying to steal it, right? That's what I would think. It says here, Trump kept saying this over and over and was yelling at her. I encourage her that we're okay, and at the end of the day, she and I will be loved by the people we care about. Wow. So Trump blew up. Trump knew something was going on, right? It's got to be weird. It's got to be strange. You got a million people telling you what's happening. You're the president of the United States. What do you listen to? Now, there's more of this. That was April 23rd, 2020. On May 15th of 2020, this is again, Fauci's Dear Diary. Fauci writes, important event was my meeting with POTUS, Trump, in the context of our ongoing feud. And in this meeting, it was generals, it was Fauci, it was Deborah Birx. You had Mark Milley there, the chair who hated Trump, by the way, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. You had Secretary of Defense Mark Esper. You had all these people. Fauci writes, we were all in the Oval Office waiting for POTUS. That's Trump. Fauci writes, we all had masks on. The president walked in from the inner office and immediately caught my eye and opened his arms. He gently pulled me into the outer office where the TV was on giving economic forecast. And he said, and this is May 15th. Fauci writes that Trump said, quote, Tony, you're losing me trillions of bleeping dollars. Then he said something interesting. He said, Tony, you and I are okay. There's no problem between us. We're similar in some respects. You are playing me and I'm playing you. That's what Trump said to him. I know you better than you think, and I respect you and like you. You need to do your thing, and I need to do mine. As long as you understand that I need to keep this country alive. Then as we're ready to go out, he looked at all of us and said, do we really need to have those masks on It sends the wrong signal. So Trump was against this. Obviously, we knew it from day one. But before I go any further about the masks, how about that statement from Trump? You're playing me and I'm playing you. And Trump's not a stupid guy. I think this is how Trump does deals, right? He says it like it is, makes the other person feel a bit uncomfortable. And this is a very good skill set because it's hard. It's sometimes hard for people to make others, for most people, it's hard for them to make others feel uncomfortable. I have no problem with it. I actually like it. But Trump said that, and he said, I know you better than you think. I respect. And then he goes with I respect you and like you. Because then he tells you, he basically threatens you. I know the bull crap you're doing, but I like you. Because that's the way he wants you to give what he wants. That's how I see it. So anyway, Trump said, according to Fauci's diary entry, do we really need to have those masks on? It sends the wrong signal. I told him we should keep them on since it would be an unforced error to take them off. The press would kill us. Trump's response was, who gives a bleep about the press? They'll try to kill us no matter what we do. That's Francis Collins, who I believe he was in charge, was the FDA. He was in one of the things, CDC, whatever, one of the liars. And Deborah Birx looked to me and said, look to me. And I said, Mr. President, I will not remove the mask. You know, what a brave piece of garbage that guy was. Mr. President, I will not remove the mask. I must wear it. That's what he said. He wrote that in his aisle. That's what he told him. He says Trump had a look of exasperation on his face and said, okay, if you insist. And he said Francis and Deb sighed a sigh of relief as it was clear Deborah was willing to remove the mask. Francis was with me. However, Trump turned to the generals and said, you guys take off masks. You hear me? They dutifully did, and we all walked out to the Rose Garden. After the ceremony, when we came back to the Oval, we were about to disperse. Trump came over, and he said, Tony, we're good, right? And I said, we're good, Mr. President. We're good, Mr. President. There's so much more. Like, these are the things that I see that I'm like, wow. I for a guy that wanted a pardon, we'll see if it holds up. Why would you write down things that would incriminate you in the future? The ego of this guy. There's more to it as well, including the lockdown. Oh my gosh, the lockdown. What Tony Fauci wrote. I have it for you. It's coming up. Garrett Lewis with you. Afternoon Addiction.
Celebrate America's 250th birthday with Zero Res. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. Plus a free hallway and $100 off your air ducts. Book the KFYI special at ZeroResPhoenix.com.
Hurt in a crash? Call the accident attorneys at Sweet James. They deal with the insurance companies so you don't have to. And you pay nothing unless they win. Call now, 800-9-MILLION, or visit sweetjames.com.
It's important to own gold and silver, but there's nothing wrong with taking a profit. If you'd like to sell gold or silver bars and coins, see us. We offer top dollar and immediate payment. Republic Monetary Exchange in Phoenix on Camelback, just east of 40th Street, 602-682-GOLD or rmegold.com.
With a Harvest Right freeze dryer, it's not just about preserving fruits and vegetables. Freeze dry full meals, dairy, eggs, and meats, even ice cream and candy. And keep them fresh for years. Visit harvestright.com. That's harvestright.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Republic Monetary Exchange Studio, this is KFYI Phoenix, KYOT HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
The Fed's expected to release a water plan. From the 550 KFYI Newsroom, I'm Brad Siegel. Arizona's taking the largest percentage cut under a federal Colorado River water plan. 550 KFYI's Wendy Swanson has more.
The Arizona Republic reports the plan would cut Arizona's Colorado River supply by about 31% through 2028. California would take a 12% cut, while Nevada would take a 28% cut. State water officials say Central Arizona project deliveries would fall 14% for cities and 10% for tribes each year. The Bureau of Reclamation is expected to release the plan this week as Lakes Mead and Powell reach record low combined levels. Wendy Swanson, 550 KFYI News.
Savannah Guthrie is directly addressing her mother's kidnappers in a new video posted to Instagram today. Her mom, Nancy, went missing from her Tucson home in February and is yet to be found. The Today Show co-host said in her message, "We have done our part and we will never stop looking for her." She also made a plea to the kidnappers, urging them to make the right choice. Help us find her. The Trump administration asking the Supreme Court to let it enforce President Trump's mail-in voting restrictions while a legal challenge moves forward. The executive order directs the Department of Homeland Security to compile a list of verified U.S. citizens who are eligible to vote while instructing the Postal Service to create new rules for states conducting voting by mail. A look at your money at the closing bell. The Dow up 262 points. Now traffic.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
On the 101 Agua Fria Freeway northbound near Cardinals Way, we're getting a report of a stalled vehicle blocking that middle lane. I'm not seeing it on camera. Certainly doesn't mean it's not there. To the Superstition Freeway eastbound, an earlier crash near Greenfield is still off to the right. Now to your surface streets. We have at Union Hills just west of 91st Avenue at 93rd Avenue, an injury accident reported to us, and another one in Chandler at Chandler Boulevard at Dobson. I'm Carol, Valley Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
An extreme heat warning remains in effect. It will be partly cloudy tonight. Thunderstorms possible, low 90. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 110. And partly cloudy and breezy tomorrow night, low 91. I'm Brad Siegel, 550 KFYI.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword BANK at KFYI.com. That's BANK at KFYI.com.
Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction. Thank you for hanging out with me. 550 KFYI in Phoenix, KNST AM 790 in Tucson on the free iHeart Radio app and on the 550 KFYI YouTube channel. Thank you for listening and watching and everything. And remember, you can listen to each hour on demand on the free iHeart Radio app. Just search for Garrett Lewis, and you want to call it a podcast. I mean, it's not really, it's the show on demand. And you could watch everything on demand on the YouTube channel, the 550 KFY YouTube channel. Watch it live or demand because you don't want to miss any of this stuff. This is some good stuff. Let me keep you company with everything that's happening because, working out, at work, walking the dog, ignoring the wife when she's nagging you about stuff, just pop in the little earbuds, you're good to go. The Fauci Diaries, this is a big deal. And I get why is he doing this? And I've been saying all show long, he had to realize, man, I'm gonna write all this stuff down to write a book one day. This is all invaluable information. And then no book happens. He must have realized if this stuff came out, they'd get me. I gotta hide this stuff. And I don't know how, but somehow Senator Rand Paul said he did research, investigations, his staff, and they uncovered all of this. Was this left on hard drives for the government? Was this where it was done? So Fauci, let me play somewhere. This is making the rounds today. This is an interview that Fauci did. It had to be obviously after he left office, after 2022, after he left his job, I should say. Just listen to this.
I wonder if you would recommend locking down schools if you had to do it all over again.
Well, again, it's first of all, I didn't recommend locking anything down.
Okay. And actually, this might have been when he was still the head of NIAID, because he's doing it, and behind him is the NIH backdrop. So I didn't recommend locking down anything. Really? Let me take you back to March 16, 2023. The day of we need 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Remember that? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It was never about that. Listen. Press conference. Fauci, Birx, Trump, others at the White House.
There's an answer to this.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Tony. He was my mentor, so I'm going to have to let him speak.
Throw up.
The small print here, it's really small print.
Listen.
In states with evidence of community transmission, bars, restaurants, food courts, gyms, and other indoor and outdoor venues where groups of people congregate should be closed.
Should be. Is that not shutting things down? Is that not shutting things down? One more time.
I wonder if you would recommend locking down schools if you had to do it all over again.
Well, again, it's first of all, I didn't recommend locking anything down. You're asking me questions. You're talking about the CDC.
Yeah, okay. I didn't do any of that stuff. Right. He didn't lock anything down. From his diaries, the 1,100 plus entries into his diaries. Here's an entry. This is what Fauci wrote. I spoke with Bill de Blasio, mayor of New York City, and convinced him, based on what I was saying publicly and my conversation tonight, to close the New York City schools. Wow. I convinced him to close the New York City schools. He had already decided based on what I was saying on TV. I went on to tell him he should close the bars and restaurants in New York City. He said that he would, base this on my recommendation. I had a similar call with Ann O'Leary, the chief of staff of Governor Gavin Newsom of California. Ann said that based on my TV appearances today and yesterday, the governor has decided to close the schools in California as well as the bars and restaurants. But wait, didn't he just say he didn't close anything down? Wasn't that what he just said? I'm just curious.
You would recommend locking down schools if you had to do it all over again.
Well, again, it's first of all, I didn't recommend locking anything down. You're asking.
No, I didn't lock anything down. By the way, he ended that diary entry where he talked about convincing the New York City mayor and the California governor to lock down schools and bars and restaurants. I'm not joking you. The last sentence of that diary entry that I see, when I left the White House and crossed Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, I'll do it in my Fauci. sorry. Darren likes the Fauci. When I left the White House and crossed Pennsylvania and 17th Street, several cars honked their horns and shouted, "Thank you," out the window. Little did they know I was going to make so much money by telling them to wear a mask, then get a COVID shot. That part I threw in just for clarification. Fauci's diary from May 21st of 2020. Okay. The diary starts off, you ready for this now? With him listing the death tolls from the China virus. May 21st, 2020, global 234,100. New 24,200 deaths, 9,800. USA 19,300 new, 5,300 deaths. And then he writes in the same entry below it, you ready for this? After he's talking about the deaths, he writes, big front page article about me appeared in the Washington Post. Very flattering. The situation with my national and international fame is explosive and really unimaginable. It's not hyperbole to say that today I am the most famous and talked about person in the world now. So on an entry where he's talking about people dying, he writes and brags that he's the most famous person in the world now. He continues, countless profiles on me in multiple media. I cannot even read all the things that are written about me since I am so busy. Seriously, POTUS seems to be enamored of me, even though I'm taking the spotlight away from him. This guy needs to pay for all the devastation he caused. People died. There was loneliness. There's so much mental health. There were suicides. Businesses closed. Kids still are not caught up on their educations. And he lied. He lied about the death rate. He lied about the lockdowns. He just flat out lied. I'm not telling anybody to shut things down. Of course, he wrote it in his Dear Diary. This guy is a flippin' monster. Do you see that much difference between him? All serious, maybe I'm being a bit much here. Do you see that much difference between him and the Nazis? I mean, the Nazis tortured, killed, I get that. But this guy lied and it resulted in torture. People wearing masks. People isolated. People getting experimental shots. It killed them. It caused adverse events, heart problems, you name it. It's the same sickness, man. And then he is writing about being as famous as he is. I have more. It's just sick. Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction.
From the Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
We're getting a report that at Bethany Home Road at the I-17, we have an accident. This one involving a pedestrian, not seeing it on camera, but use some extra caution in the area. Two surface streets we have at Peoria Avenue, just west of Litchfield Road at 143rd. It looks like an injury accident reported there. 67th Avenue at McDowell, again, another injury accident reported as well. I'm Carol. If you have a traffic tip, 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Clay Travis.
Most of the violent acts are coming from the left right now.
Buck Sexton.
They've just gone nuts.
Tomorrow at 10.
The left has gone insane.
Sanity.
This is not a both sides thing.
On 550 KFYI and the free iHeartRadio app.
Let me tell you something. When you sign your insurance policy for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. Your business runs all year, and so do the gaps and the risk. That's why I'm introducing SuperSure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just buy a policy online. SuperSure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like Fine Print Facts, which translates your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not, plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com, one super agency, one powerful platform. All your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com, that's supersure.com.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
When power goes out and cell networks fail, AM radio can be a lifeline with local news, weather, and emergency information. But time is running out. AM radio could disappear from new cars unless Congress acts. Please text the two letters AM to 39179
and tell Congress to vote yes on the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act. Text the letters AM to 39179. Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP. This message furnished by this station.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
If you haven't switched to Pure Talk because you're not sure their coverage is every bit as reliable as Big Wireless, why not take them for a test drive? For a limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited data plan. No contracts, no commitments, just a great deal on a high-speed network with unlimited data from an American wireless company. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
The biggest myth in real estate is that you need 20% down. You probably don't. Call Lund Mortgage and find out what loan programs you actually qualify for. Get pre-qualified, then go look at houses. 623-875-9940.
Got pests? Call Blue Sky Pest Control. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, pests.
I've had a number of surgeries, and frankly, I don't have time to rehab a surgery and an operation at this point in my life. I didn't want to take time off my kids' activities.
That's why former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter turned to QC Kinetics. We couldn't be happier saving our patients like him from operating rooms and long recoveries.
They will resume like normal activity for me, which is a lot of running. It's a lot of workouts. I've been very, very blessed with how it's been able to hold up.
For so long, patients have accepted surgery as the only solution. But with new technologies, the medical professionals at QC Kinetics use regenerative treatments, your body's own biologics, to help heal and restore knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
I actually ran into a friend of mine over at our golf course, and he had his knee done. It felt so well. He'd got his shoulder done. He goes, I can't thank you enough. He'd heard the commercial on the air, and so it's feeling great.
Find out how you can avoid surgery and finally get relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 602-837-PAIN. That's 602-837-PAIN. 602-837-PAIN.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like business owner Brian.
Yeah, Galaxy was great. We have a business where a lot of the service techs are working out in the field, and they'll come in and they'll have even some mud or something on our shoes. So if we're having a meeting, I needed a flooring that could stand up to that, but still look good as an office setting.
Well, if you own a home or a business, Galaxy Concrete Coatings got you covered.
Galaxy was great to work around our schedule. They were able to come in on a Saturday, and the job was completed over the weekend, and we were back in business, so we didn't miss a step.
Lots of styles to choose from, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
It's very nice looking. It's very durable. Really makes the room stand out and shine.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world.
Galaxy was quick to respond. They were quick to give us a solution and quick to get it completed as well. And they're going to take care of you.
From the Whitfield Nurseries Weather Center.
An extreme heat warning remains in effect. It will be partly cloudy tonight. Thunderstorms possible, low 90. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 110. And partly cloudy and breezy tomorrow night, low 91. I'm Brad Siegel, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Day and Night Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing.
Phoenix, don't gamble on an old AC this summer. Save $1,776 on a new energy-efficient day and night air system with 0% for 18 months. Lock in comfort before the heat spikes. Stay cool. Book your free estimate at dayandnightair.com.
A lot of apps like to say they're free until they ask for your credit card. iHeartRadio is different. No required subscriptions, no trial periods, no surprise charges. We make money from our advertisers, not from you. It's the same radio you've never paid for. Live radio stations, playlists, podcasts, and artist stations, all in one app. So if you haven't already, download the free iHeartRadio app. Free radio. Always has been, always will be. Now wherever you go.
iHeartRadio. Feel like the world's gone insane? Reclaim your sanity with Clay and Buck. Tomorrow at 10 on 550 KFYI and the free iHeartRadio app.
Gary Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. Thank you for hanging out. 550 KFYI in Phoenix, KNST AM 790 in Tucson, on the free iHeartRadio app, and of course on the 550 KFYI YouTube channel. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. I mean, this is Fauci, man. Again, this sums him up. There's a lot that sums him up. This guy is such an egomaniac, and he's caught in lies. The fact, and there should be such outrage, but the media won't turn on him yet, especially his buddy Jake Tapper. We'll get to that in just a second. But it turns out that again, the same entry, dire entry, where he talks about the number of deaths happening, he talks about also being the most famous person in the world right now, and he can't even keep up with the media requests. Has anybody, I don't watch it. Have you seen any of the Fauci diary stuff? Have you seen it covered on local news here in Arizona? It's not difficult. Have you seen it on national news? Has it been covered just on CNN, MSNBC? Has anybody else covered it? I doubt it. As a matter of fact, I mean, I don't know if this also came out in the Fauci diaries. Again, I still think that the death rate is the most important that he lied about. That is so insane that you would lie about that. So everybody, and again, there must have been, it's kind of a deal. All right, Big Pharma's got to be involved in that. The shutting down of the schools and bars and restaurants after saying he didn't shut anything down. He didn't say things should be shut down. He also had dinner at Jake Tapper's house. He had dinner. He wrote in his diary. He had dinner with Jake Tapper and Jake Tapper's wife. And it was after he actually told the public, you shouldn't do any small gatherings. I mean, just think about that for a second, too. He had dinner. He wrote in one of his diary entries, like the teenage girl, the sucker that he is, had dinner at home. Had dinner at my home with Jake and Jennifer Tapper. Relaxed, good time. Jake clearly believes that Trump is totally nuts. That's what he wrote. Of course Jake Tapper would think that. He's a stupid ignoramus too. So he actually had Jake Tapper and his wife in the fall of 2020. In the fall of 2020, he had Jake Tapper and Jake Tapper's wife over to his home for dinner. That was in the fall of 2020. And then there's a headline from the New York Post, October 15th, 2020. That would be in the fall as well. You know what the headline is? Dr. Fauci suggests canceling Thanksgiving gatherings amid COVID uptick. So he can have Jake and Jennifer Tapper over his home, but you can't have Thanksgiving with your family? Just like Nancy Pelosi got her hair done and we couldn't get haircuts. Remember when the big chicken in this state, red-nosed Doug Ducey, remember that? Remember when he was like, no haircuts, everybody? Those awful press conferences that Rank Amateur had. Remember those press conferences? And he'd let himself get destroyed by stupid left media, which is almost everybody here in Arizona. Oh, no haircuts yet. I need to get one too. Ha, 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 ha. I mean, and again, he shut down the state because he was afraid that he was going to get nasty articles written about him, nasty opinion pieces in the newspaper. Not kidding you. I'm not even trying to hide that anymore. I was told that by very good sources. Loser. Governor DeSantis. This is Fauci August 7th of 2021. You want to know what Fauci wrote about Governor DeSantis? It was the freest state in the country at the time. It was Florida. My family and I, we went on vacation to Florida at that point. Out in the Gulf of America. It wasn't called then, but it was right there on the Gulf of America in the Panhandle. My favorite place in the world. Besides here. It's the favorite beach in the world, I should say. And because Florida was open. Fauci wrote in his diary, August 7th, 2021, Governor DeSantis is a complete disgrace. He is blocking the local authorities from mandating masks in various locations, including schools. Wow. He's doing this while at the same time, Florida is virtually on fire with surging cases. Yep. When you add Florida with Texas, you get about 40% of all cases in the country. At the same time, he, together with his Greek chorus of Rand Paul and other GOP members of Congress, together with all of the stooges at Fox News, continues to actively criticize me and talk virtually every day about my being wrong on everything I say, and then I should be fired. Wow. He then writes, I'm convinced even more that this is part of the total dystopia going on in certain elements of the country, and it is all linked to the big lie involving the election and the denial of January 6th. So he got all political right there. I really am worried more about the country than about myself, since if this goes on, I fear that our democracy is in dire danger. It was August 7th, 2021. That's when the Democrats were screaming out democracy, January 6th, all that stuff. They wanted Trump to be done forever. I'm waiting on Wednesday when Fauci testifies before the Senate committee with Rand Paul. I'm waiting for Senator Rand Paul to talk about why would you have Jake and Jennifer Tapper at your home for dinner, but tell the rest of the country they shouldn't gather. There should not be small gatherings, and they shouldn't get together for Thanksgiving. I'm waiting to hear that. Now, RFK Jr., the Health and Human Services Secretary, he says Fauci can still be prosecuted even though he has a pardon.
He's going to testify in front of Rand Paul's committee this week. He has immunity against all of the things that he did prior to President Biden signing, or the electronic pen signing his pardon, but he could perjure himself now. So there are many things that he said that we know are lies, and Rand Paul presumably is going to ask him about those things. And if he lies again, then he could be subject to perjury prosecution.
I hope it happens. That was on Fox News earlier. I hope it happens. More coming up, and I have a ton of talkbacks to get to about this and Katie Hobbs and the rest. There's even more entries. Like this guy, what a disaster. I can't believe it. Again, his own greed. Guarantee he was going for a book deal. I guarantee it. He could say you can't prosecute me, but if he lies under oath, he can get nailed. And they should be able to make him do this, man. More coming up. Garrett Lewis with you. It is your afternoon addiction. So Abby and I, oh yes, we went back to school shopping. It started today for Grayson and Harrison. We walked the malls for 5 hours on Saturday. And you know what? It was a little exhausting just dealing with my son's choices and clothes, but we felt great. We walked for 5 hours, hard cement floors, concrete floors. The Good Feet arch supports are the real deal. If you can't walk for 5 feet, if you get home, if everything, your feet hurt, they're sore, your ankles, your knees, your back, it's stiff, you have to try to crack it, stop living that way. Do what we've done for 14 years. Wear the Good Feet arch supports. There are 5 Good Feet stores in the Valley. It's so easy to do. These are hard molded pieces of plastic. They fit in all your shoes and dress shoes. I wear them when I work out. I worked out this morning. I wear them when I play sports with the kids, when I'm sitting at the radio show, when I walk around. And you know what? The time flies by and I'm like, oh, I don't have the urge to sit down. I feel great. Go to the Good Feet store, find the closest one to you at goodfeet.com. Tell them you heard about this from me, Garrett Lewis. You'll get a free customized arch support fitting. They'll bring out arch supports perfect for you. Pop them in your shoes. Take them for a test walk. Try them before you buy them. You have nothing to lose accept that awful feeling. Go to goodfeet.com.
Valley gas prices are holding steady as the weekend started. Data from AAA shows the average price for a gallon of regular is $4.43. That's around the same price as yesterday and a 15-cent increase compared to last week. It's also a 48-cent jump from a month ago. Arizona's taking the largest percentage cut under a federal Colorado River plan. The Arizona Republic reports the plan would cut Arizona's river supply by about 31% through 2028. California would take a 12% cut, while Nevada would take a 28% cut. A strong tornado has torn through northeast Wisconsin today as a fast-moving line of storms moves through the Midwest. The tornado caused extensive damage and has left thousands without power, but there are no confirmations of fatalities or injuries. The storm system that caused the twister is now pummeling parts of Illinois and Indiana. President Trump expressed some hope today about diplomatic efforts in the Iran war, but he also told reporters that if the U.S. and Iran can't make a deal, we go back to doing what we were doing. U.S. diplomats sought to give peace talks some space on Friday, bringing a halt to 2 weeks of military strikes. Now, a check on traffic.
From the Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
If you're on the 51 tonight heading northbound, there's your wreck just past Camelback. As you approach Camelback, that's blocking the right lane. Also an accident, 10 eastbound at Fairway Drive sitting off left. Entry accident, 7th Avenue just south of Osborne. There's a wreck with entries on Glendale east of 19th Avenue off right. Have a traffic tip? Give us a call, 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Gas prices,
these grocery prices,
the cost of living,
inflation,
escape,
get away.
Oh, wait. Your inflation vacation is booked with $1,000. Chances to win every weekday. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, where there are no fees until we win your case. Speaking of win, we want to help you bank $1,000, powered by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today, 977-1900.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Why does Progressive love protecting truckers? Because truckers unite the world. Truckers unite candles and yoga instructors. Truckers unite fake plants with people who shouldn't own living plants. Truckers unite French press coffee makers with the most pretentious person you know. But truckers can't do any of this if they're not on the road. That's why Progressive now offers truckers even more protection on cargo with its enhanced Cargo Plus coverage. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Not available in California.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
We hope you're not counting on Social Security for retirement. It's Jim Clark. The Social Security trustees report they'll run out of money in 2032. Jeffrey Gundlach, the bond king, says that's overly optimistic, saying they'll run out by 2029. That's only 3 years away. Things like inflation and debt are compounding the problem, but they're bullish for gold and silver, which should be in your retirement plan anyway. See us, Republic Monetary Exchange in Phoenix on Camelback, just east of 40th Street, 602-682-GOLD or rmegold.com.
With the Harvest Right freeze dryer, it's not just about preserving fruits and vegetables. Freeze dry full meals, dairy, eggs, and meats, even ice cream and candy, and keep them fresh for years. Visit harvestright.com. That's harvestright.com.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
550 KFYI. Nothing artificial here. Guaranteed human.
Garrett Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. Thank you for hanging out with me. I did see on X a 20-second report from CBS News, the national network, where they focused on Fauci being obsessed with celebrities. Nothing about the diary entries from early 2020 when he said, and he wrote down how so many of his colleagues believe that it was a man-made virus by the Wuhan clinic. Before we get to all that stuff, this just hit my phone too from The Athletic. You ready for this one? Get ready for the outrage. ICE deports former Colts linebacker Daniel Adongo. A former NFL player has been deported. That's because Trump's right. Oh, wait, it's an it's expired visa. Uh-oh. Well, he wasn't that good, so who cares? The feds announced they deported former Indianapolis Colts linebacker Daniel Adongo, who allegedly overstayed his visa. He's from Kenya, played rugby professionally in Kenya, went to the NFL with no football experience. He appeared in games for the Colts in the 2013 and 2015 seasons. He was an outside linebacker. He played 100 special team snaps and 1 snap on defense. He was the league's first Kenyan player. And afterwards, he was an illegal immigrant. ICE said in a statement that he overstayed his visa after the Colts waived him in 2015. So he's been here illegally for 11 years? He wasn't a threat. Oh, shut your mouth. Really? He wasn't? Interesting. Listen to this. A Department of Justice immigration judge ordered his removal March 23rd. He was removed from the country on June 20th. Adongo experienced a series of legal issues in Indiana starting in February of 2015, most of which involved civil disputes and vehicle violations, like expired license plates. He faced 2 felony charges in 2020 for intimidation. Where the defendant draws or uses a deadly weapon. And so that's 1 felony charge, another one for criminal mischief. First charge was dismissed as part of a plea deal, of course. Then he was sentenced to 6 months in county jail. ICE cited that case as grounds for his deportation, pointing to the Lake and Riley Act. Yeah, he's convicted of a crime. He overstayed his visa. And the Lake and Riley Act. This is fantastic. I wish we never had this, but I'm glad they used it. He's gone. See you later. ICE is, an official with ICE said this dangerous individual was clearly a threat to the community. It's now safer since he's been removed. He also faced misdemeanor charges in 2022 and 2025 in alleged intimidation, disorderly conduct, and battery cases, though those cases were all dismissed. Wow. So The Athletic kind of sucks, to be honest with you. The New York Times took it over or bought it, whatever. They tried to act like this guy was not a problem, even though he was here illegally. And all of his legal issues. So there you go. Just a little sidebar right there. A former NFL player has been deported by ICE because he was here illegally and he broke the law in several different ways besides just being here illegally. Now let's go back to Fauci. Okay? This is sick. At the beginning of the China virus scam, March of 2020, right? People are freaked out. Fauci and Deborah Birx are adding to it. Fauci's diary from March 26th of 2020. He talks about, again, more cases and deaths. You ready for this? USA, 68,600 must be cases / 1,000, meaning deaths. Continued pressure regarding POTUS, that's Trump, aspirational goal of wanting to open up on Easter Sunday. So he writes that. In the same entry where he talks about 1,000 people dying, he writes, crazy, donuts are being named after me. Again, people dying, I'm the most famous person in the world now. And then donuts are being named after me. T-shirts have my picture on them and are being sold. San Francisco radio is dedicating a song to me. Curtis Mayfield singing Keep On Pushing. Coloring pictures with crayons for my picture. FaceTime with Trevor Noah. Instagram with Steph Curry. He's bragging about all of this stuff. This is what this guy does. Oh, boy. Thousands of people tuned into NBA star Stephen Curry's Instagram live Q&A with Dr. Fauci. Wow. This is what we're dealing with, this version of a narcissistic psychopath. I know it shouldn't be surprising. I saw this after about a week. I'm like, something is wrong with this guy. Something is wrong with him. And again, his own journal diary actually has how 10 out of 12 people on his staff believed that the origin of the China virus scam or the China virus itself, February 1st, 2020, his diary, he named 12 scientists, a conference call with 12 scientists. And he names them all. And he writes, there was not total agreement about the likelihood of deliberate insertion, meaning if China really just made this itself. Ron Fauci, if that's how you pronounce it, said he was sure that this could occur naturally. We should not waste our time and divert effort to pursue this. Okay, this is expected. And then there was also somebody else. Christian Drotzen was with Ron. The rest, that's the other 10 out of the 12, the rest felt that deliberate insertion was possible. And given the fact that Dr. Zheng Li Shi at the University of Wuhan has been working for years on gain of function in coronaviruses to allow adaptation of the spike protein to bind in the human ACE2 receptor. Wow. 10 out of Fauci's own close 12 scientists said, yeah, we could see this being done, on purpose. This is some crazy stuff. I can't wait for Wednesday. I just don't want it to be a letdown. But to me, again, I think the most damning part is lying about the death rate. The country would not. People have said, screw off, beat it, pal, get out of here if we had a 99.8% chance of survival. And he purposely lied about it to get everything locked down so he could get rich with the big pharma companies. And that's just the way it is. More coming up. Garrett Lewis with you. It's your Afternoon Addiction.
from the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
If you're on the 51 tonight heading northbound, there's your wreck just past Camelback. As you approach Camelback, that's blocking the right lane. Also an accident, 10 eastbound at Fairway Drive, sitting off left. Entry accident, 7th Avenue, just south of Osborne. There's a wreck with entries on Glendale, east of 19th Avenue, off right. Have a traffic tip? Give us a call, 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
The great American people.
People are so nice here.
I want to move there.
Celebrating American greatness.
Best thing to ever happen to me.
Every day.
You have no idea what you've got and how lucky you are.
550 KFYI on the iHeartRadio app.
If you've been thinking about getting your carpets professionally cleaned, now is the time. Zero Res is celebrating America's 250th birthday with huge savings all month long. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at just $129. Plus, a free hallway and $100 off your air ducts. Whether you're hosting summer parties or need help with the cleanup, Zero Res has you covered. Celebrate America's birthday with a cleaner, healthier home. Call or book the KFYI specials online at ZeroResPhoenix.com.
Hurt in a crash, now you're in pain, missing work, and your car's out of commission. Call the accident attorneys at Sweet James. They help you get the medical care you need, handle your case from start to finish, and fight for the money you may need to get your life back. No stress, no runaround, and you pay nothing unless they win. Call now for a free case review, 800-9-MILLION. That's 800-9-MILLION. Or visit sweetjames.com.
Hey, that was our exit. We're going to miss the first pitch.
Just got to make a stop at Fry's. I promised I'd bring nachos.
Nice. You have the Upside app too, right?
Upside? What's that?
Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you buy groceries. And they just added Fry's stores in the Phoenix Prescott area.
Wait, I can get money back just for buying groceries?
Yep. And right now, new users can get an extra $10 bonus on their first Fry's trip with the app. That's up to $25 cash back on one grocery run.
Even this Fry's store right here?
Yes. Now pull over. Let's get some cash back on those nachos.
Upside is now available for Fry's stores in the Phoenix Prescott area. Download the free Upside app and use promo code HOT3 to get a $10 bonus on your first purchase at Fry's. That's promo code HOT3 to get a $10 bonus. Remember, use promo code HOT3.
Offers vary by user and location. $10 bonus offer for new users only. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
What if we told you Matt Damon was screaming on set to get his voice weather warned for The Odyssey? From the TikTok Podcast Network, Raiders of the Lost Podcast has the whole story about the biggest movies of the summer. Download the iHeartRadio app and search Raiders of the Lost Podcast now.
Oh, guess. Call Lund Mortgage. Get pre-qualified. Then go look at houses. 623-875-9940.
UC Kinetics helps active people stay active. People like David Boardman, police officer, competitive athlete, and gym owner who trains hard almost every day.
My body's taken a lot of abuse over the years. I've had multiple knee surgeries on both of my knees. I could barely run a mile prior to going to QC Kinetics. Doctors have all told me, hey, you are going to need knee replacements.
But QC Kinetics gave David great news.
We're going to give you the opportunity to have not one, but 2 healthy knees, and we don't have to cut you open.
And after David's regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics?
Since I've gone to them, I run 20-30 miles a week. I really wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for QC Kinetics.
From knee pain to Ironman training.
It's a no-brainer.
Now it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics to book your free consultation today.
Call QC Kinetics, 602-837-7246. In Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. That's 837-7246. 837-7246.
In Arizona, they said need to paint like every 6 years. And I said, that's crazy.
Phoenix, make it the summer that you stop painting. Do what Brian did. He called Rhino Shield.
It's a ranch-style house. 3 sides are a sheathing. It's the wood sheathing that got coated with Rhino Shield.
And get this, Rhino Rhino Shield's formulated for our specific climate right here in Phoenix.
Rhino Shield, they talk about like an R13 insulation value. Another way to reduce the air conditioning bill. I think it's a really good investment and will be well worth it.
And right now, you can have the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price.
I had to live in the house for about 20 years, and you guys warranty your product. I don't have to worry about it.
Rhino Shield, backed by a 25-year transferable warranty. So stop throwing your money away on ordinary paint. Here's owner Jim Williams.
This offer is limited, so call me at 855-4U-RHINO. That's 855-4, the letter U, Rhino.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Scorpions don't hate you. Ain't got the brains for hate. What they got is a tail full of bad intentions. Been living in this desert since the dirt was new. Think they got squatters' rights to your laundry basket.
Nate here, owner of Blue Sky Pest Control. Scorpions may have squatters' rights to the desert, but not to your property. Call 602 Blue Sky today. Real pest science, real protection. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, Scorpions.
You've thought about moving some of your IRA into gold. Most people have. Here's what stops them. They think it's complicated. It's not. Golden Crest Metals moves existing IRA and 401k money into physical gold and silver every day. Tax and penalty free. Featured on Fox Business and CNBC. Plus, receive up to $25,000 in free silver with a qualifying purchase. Call 888-447-7857. That's 888-447-7857. Not a financial advisor. Precious metals involve risk. Free silver offer is a 10% bonus in silver on qualifying purchases of premium mintage coins. $10,000 minimum purchase required. Bonus silver capped at $25,000 and credited to customer account. See goldencrestmetals.com for full terms.
You've waited all year for this moment. Make sure you're prepared when you finally draw back. At Shields, we're right there with you. We have the expertise and premium gear hunters need to gain the edge. Right now, till August 2nd, our hunting sale event is on with savings on the best gear. And if you're a Shields Visa card member, you'll earn extra points on every Shields purchase. Gain the edge you're looking for and save this season at Shields.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by iHeartAdvertising.com.
Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy has left the team to be with his wife, who was allegedly shot by their son, who is in custody. The Dolphins signing veteran free agent Clelin Ferrell. The Raiders selected him at number 4 overall in the 2019 draft. He played for the Niners and Chargers last season. Yankees manager Aaron Boone says Cody Bellinger is a grade 2 hamstring strain. He'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. I'm Frank Aaron.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again, because people are listening to radio more today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeartRadio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, even social. Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
Talk back on the iHeartRadio app.
This is like the coolest thing ever.
Click the red microphone, record, send, listen. 550 KFYI on the iHeartRadio app.
Garrett Lewis with you. It's your afternoon addiction. So, again, I'm hoping at the very least, and I want Fauci in cuffs. I want him in an orange jumpsuit. I want the perp walk. I want everything to be there. I want everybody in this country to see it. I don't want this stuff to ever even happen again or come close to it again. Yeah. I at the very least, I'm hoping that people will pay attention enough to this, or there'll be enough just sensationalism. And then there is a lot of sensationalism in there. But again, the first question, the best thing should be about, you lied about the death rate of COVID. I mean, if you didn't, why did you lie about it? You did. We have it right here. You told Congress 3%, and your journal wrote 0.2 to 0.3%. You told Hannity 2 to 2.5%. Why? Do you think that well, I want to hear what he has to say before I give him that stuff. But this will hopefully do something to wake up the people. Okay? There was another interesting diary entry on March 29th, 2021. This was Biden in the White House. President Trump actually put out that Fauci, Fauci reacted to what Trump put out. Trump put out on March 29th, 2021, Fauci is the king of flip-flops and moving the goalposts to make himself look as good as possible. He fought me so hard because he wanted to keep our country open to countries like China. I closed it against his strong recommendation, which saved many lives. Dr. Fauci said we didn't need to wear masks, and a few months later said we need to wear masks, and now two or three of them. Trump called it out. Fauci spent U.S. money on the Wuhan lab in China, and we now know how that worked out. Fauci actually wrote about that in his journal and didn't dispute it. All he wrote was, President Trump lashed back in response to the CNN special last night and wildly criticized Deb and I, even making up stories that I badmouthed Deb all the time. He's truly an obnoxious adolescent. Below is his statement, and he put it out there. So Fauci never denied or said Trump was wrong about Fauci giving money to the Wuhan lab that created the China virus scam, the lying about masks, any of that stuff. I would hope that, you just never know with people. I would hope, though, that there would be a lot of preparation going on about this on Wednesday. And you'll definitely hear everything. But, of course, we have another day to get through first. I did play a lot of Katie Hobbs stuff, and Andy Biggs really got tough. The Katie Hobbs stuff, she went on MS Now Saturday morning and she called Andy Biggs a pedophile protector and protects offenders. Just sick, right? And her voice, though.
Hey, Garrett, this is David in Sunshine Valley. Man, I know it's important to what you're talking about, but it is painful listening to her speak. I don't know if I can do it anymore. I might have to change the channel, buddy. She's killing me. You're the best, buddy.
This is why they won't let her go do a debate. It's just tremendous. Listen, thank you for listening. Thank you, Darren, and I will talk to you tomorrow at 4.